Happy Friday, everybody. Look at this shit, huh? This is just GameStop crushing it lately. Another week, another high. It's close. Look at this. Look at this chart. Look at this. Well, we got other stuff to talk about today too, but look at this. 16. What did it close at? 1690. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up. I just sat down on the computer. I missed today, a good chunk of today. But look at it. 1690. It closed at. What was the volume? I missed this. 8.5. Still not a crazy amount of volume, but what? This is a celebratory Friday night stream if I've ever seen one. You like to see this going. Obviously, the big thing is Q3 earnings coming up. The Q3 earnings readout coming out next week. So you like to see this type of bid up into it. You just like to see that bullishness. It doesn't mean it's going to continue on, but you like to see the market, that the predisposition here is like this bullishness aspect. So you like to see this. And I was very curious after that big run up on Monday, how it was going to, act throughout the week. What was it going to do throughout the week, and where was it going to close the week? And it hung in there quite strong, in my opinion. It didn't take out those Monday highs or anything like that, but it kept this new breakthrough to the level, right? I feel like that's kind of important to substantiate the move up, because it could have just given it right back. And then we'll see what happens Monday, and then you got Tuesday trading too before the readout. But I think this is a good position to be in personally. I'd rather be out of the box going into it, because then it can maybe potentially act as a form of support. You can kind of bounce off of it, but just something I've been eyeing. And the other big thing today, of course, look at it. This is the second 90% plus. I tweeted that out. Increased to a price target before the Q3 earnings rate got a lot of people. It's kind of interesting because not much has changed since maybe their last update. Actually, I haven't dug into when they last provided their update to their target. This is Wedbush, and we've talked about Pactor quite a bit in the past, because he has a lot of thoughts on GameStop. But what is this, a double? 8 to 16? We saw I got this one up to Telsey. What were they? 10 to 19. Those are huge price target raises, right? And why? How can that happen? How can that happen that you have such a gigantic increase to the target? Except for they're kind of playing catch up, right? We talked about this on recent streams, that some of these firms and the analysts, they're kind of at times slow to upgrade their models, and sometimes it can just track what the price is doing, what the price action is doing, because obviously GameStop got to 19 this week, and then Telsey upgraded to 19, and now it's currently at 16, and then Wedbush is upgrading. Many of us are bullish, who are bullish on GameStop, think that that was a long time coming, right? That it took a while to get there, but now that they're doing it before we even have the Q3 earnings readout, where one would expect there'd be a ton new information on which you might be able to update your model. So I find it a bit intriguing that, wow, they got to 16 and they got to 19 before they even had the readout. Now, it could be that the readout just validates their increased price target, and nothing comes and there's no material change to their model following that, right? That's completely possible. But I'm curious. I think many of us could there be something as part of that readout that could even impact their model so quickly after they just upgraded it? I wonder. I don't know. But there's a lot of optionality, a lot of upside optionality that could be tossed out on that call that some of us we've been talking about this quite a bit. So I like to see this price action above there. I like to see the upgrades going into huge upgrades too, right? Is there even precedence for this level of upgrades? Like for this size of a company, now it's $1 billion. Is it $1 billion? It's $1 billion, right? 1.1. It seems like just huge upgrades to me. And for many of us that it's kind of been in that. They're just slow to upgrade, and now it's happening. I think that happens when people, whomever it might be, have maybe subscribed to that wrong story, or they're dragging their feet a bit. They really want to see more. But really, what has even changed since their last update? That's what I keep on thinking about. The Ryan Cohen is obviously a big thing, but that shouldn't change their operational models too much. I wouldn't think it could maybe change many of our models, but I'm just like, boy, I wonder what are they seeing this time that we didn't see 2 or 3 months ago, right? Because management's been telling that same story, and it seemed as though many of us were willing to ascribe a higher probability to them succeeding. And I just feel as though, again, now they're just coming around to maybe ascribing a higher probability to management exceeding, whereas many of us thought that they already were. So I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm really curious about how Q3 readout is going to impact it. Again, maybe there's going to be no change to their models moving forward, but I wanted to update. So I wanted to open some more stuff. I didn't get to it. You saw this. Shit. Here we go again with another description that seems to fit GameStop, right? Where what was it, Jordan? I agree with what Jordan said. Like, very low probability this is tied to GameStop. But here we are with 2 tweets in a couple of weeks where it was like, yeah, that kind of sounds like that could be GameStop, and what a riot it would be, right? But very low probability to that type of thing. But you have to laugh when following that. And what is it? Two tweets like this following the Ryan Cohen letter, where anyway, just I just thought that was pretty. Didn't he already announce a company that he was involved in following that last tweet? I thought he did. I kind of remember. Wasn't it like an IPO or something? So I don't even know. Anyway, again, cheers to everyone mentioning GameStop. I saw GameStop mentioned, including from people on the stream. Hey, Steven was mentioned it too. A whole bunch of people did. It's always cool to see. Again, I like it. It's a lot of the people who are mentioning GameStop focused on the actual business, the bull thesis related to the fundamentals, as opposed to the whole short squeeze stuff, right? Because that's really what would be compelling to larger investors like this gentleman as well. So okay, let me just. Was there anything else? I didn't get a chance to go through and open stuff up. What else did I? Oh, maybe it was stuff I liked. Did I like some stuff? I just wanted to check real quick. Oh, I did see this. Oh yeah, where do we end up? On this? On that borrow. I did see it ticking up, but it wasn't out of control or anything like that. Just ticking up just a little bit. And remember, it was very high just a couple of months ago, right? If this is accurate, I kind of forget. It's been quite low. Now it's ticking back up. Oh, it's at 17. Okay. All right, that's noteworthy. Oh, I didn't see it at 17. Wasn't it at like 10, 13? Yeah. Oh, it jumped up today. Okay, I saw this 10, then I saw the 13. Again, at the actual brokerage firm, sometimes you get a lower rate. Larger institutions certainly get a lower rate too. But it's just that trend ticking back up. But we were high just a couple of weeks ago too. Just something that's just noteworthy, that's all. It becomes more expensive to short maybe for some folks, at least marginal shorts. But you see it ticking back up there. Something to keep your eye on. I would have thought that maybe there. I wonder how many. Again, not much volume here, right? What is this? 8.5. That's not okay. In my opinion, right? I know some people might think that this is a good chunk of volume, but for a company like this with the position that GameStop's in, I would have thought that there would have been more volume. And so I don't think that there's been many closes from the shorts so far. In which case, I don't know. It seems like a lot of people are talking about like a bearish Q3 and stock price is going to sell off. Like, I'm surprised by how many people are thinking that. It could be, absolutely. GameStop is sold off every damn earnings release, but I'm thinking, man, is everyone going to be pricing that inclusive of this, the shorts in particular? But I don't want to think about that stuff too much, because it's really about how the company's performing for the quarter and what their forecasts are and guidance are. We're going to get into that more, right? Because now, it's almost the eve. It's the week before, and we should talk about too. Should we switch? Is it Tuesday that they're going to announce earnings? So we switch up the streams? Should it be a Tuesday stream? Let me know what your thoughts in the chat we can think about. Usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? But maybe this calls for, maybe we got to mix up the schedule so that we could be doing it on Tuesday. Let me know. I was just thinking about that today. I'm like, oh shit, maybe we bumped the Monday one to Tuesday. It could be, then we can do the analysis in real time, just like we did for Q2, which I thought was great because we got our initial analysis right there, then and there. And it looked like our analysis was disagreeing with the market at the time, because the market, I think its stock was down like 10% after hours that day. And wouldn't you know, a week later it bounced back. So maybe we do that again. I was thinking about that. But, okay, so there was that. Oh, I saw James Wang post this too, talking about the impact that foreign exchange might have on a GameStop. It was actually, what he was talking about was more than I would typically expect for a company in GameStop's position. So I thought that was a bit noteworthy, something that not many people would talk about, myself included. I'm going to really focus on that type of thing for a GameStop because there's other bigger things going on that can be tough to analyze. But that's the type of stuff that can maybe can have that incremental earnings that maybe weren't being priced in by the market. They're like, oh shit, there's an extra, what do you say, 80 million? 80 million in income. Like, oh shit, we weren't expecting that. And that can maybe catch people by surprise. Again, not a huge amount, but something that's definitely noteworthy. So cheers, James. Thanks for tweeting that out. I thought that was great. Oh, and then we got Rod's updated stuff here. Rod, you might even have an updated one. I didn't check today, but I saw you updated for the new adjusting for the tax rate and stuff. Still at a fat $4 per share. Like for someone like me, like you always know how I feel about precise forecasts and stuff. As far as my type of analysis, there's not much difference between this adjusted model versus what I was thinking before, Rod. Right? You know what I mean? That's the benefit. This is like for someone like me, that's the edge of being the type of investor that I am. That as long as the stock continues to trade at a discount to that ballpark range, that's adequate for me. So this is still, in my opinion, quite fat. Especially, it's above what we were seeing with the forecast for Telsey. And did Wedbush? I don't know if Wedbush. Would they forecast? Oh, this is for Q3. Okay, so they did provide a forecasting a loss. Oh, and I brought up too, so we can expect some updates from Jefferies, but that maybe they're going to wait till after the earnings release, right? Which is pretty common. But this is what I'll be looking for from Jefferies in particular, because Stephanie Wissink had called this out. And I brought this up so much, but I thought heading into earnings, I might as well bring it up one more time. But like how we can map new value drivers in concept to fully counter reduced package software sales, but still too early to fully underwrite valuation. And my question is, would she be able to underwrite that following Q3 earnings? Like that's the kind of the big one for me. Is right now this quarter all we really got was the Microsoft news, which was big, which was important. But I've said this a number of times now. I was thinking we get more to that long-term story, that kind of what Stephanie's hinting at here. And the question for me is like, are we going to get even more insight into that we can we can ascribe a higher probability to this aspect of the turnaround of GameStop. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe that takes months and quarters, and maybe it's not just one quarter, but you know what I mean? Like I've really been discounting that huge upside. I've had to, because I just didn't have too much, even though I like the bullet points and everything, but I kind of needed to be pieced together a bit more. And now obviously it sounds like Ryan Cohen feels that same way, and he may even have his own outlook too, right? That maybe even disagrees with the current path. So maybe we'll get clarity on that too. A lot of potential things that could impact my personal model coming up. But I'll be curious about Jefferies, right? Because we're seeing these upgrades from Telsey and Wedbush, significant price target upgrades. If I recall correctly, I don't know if it's here. Yeah, their price target was already 13 following the Microsoft news. That was October 12th. So I wonder what they updated to next week. I suspect, like I said, whenever I tweeted that out, right, the GME upgrades, let them begin, let them commence. Like I think that they're all going to be upgrading, right? That's my call me biased, call me whatever, but I think they're all upgrading, and I've been pretty impressed by how large these upgrades were. I'm like, holy shit, they're just so big, and that's telegraphing to me that I think some of us may have been subscribed to a story that was more dialed into reality than some of their previous forecasts have been. That's what I think, and that kind of. Some of the analysts in the market is kind of catching up. Now, they have their own reason as to why they maybe intentionally drag their feet, right? That they need more information, blah, blah, blah. But I think now the market is playing a bit of catch up here. This has been part of another aspect of my thesis. And what we're seeing here, so the trend continues, and it's still not crazy overbought. I called that out last week or something, that RSI. This is the weekly. It's not crazy overbought, not super frothy or anything like that. And now it's in that new range. Of course, it's kind of similar to Q2. I mentioned this, but Q2, this was the week before earnings. This white candlestick right there broke out of this box, sold off, retested, boom, boom, boom. A couple weeks later, here we are again. It broke out of this box. Again, almost no correlation necessarily to. I'm just saying that hey, it was very similar to what it did last time. So and that's maybe impacting people's forecasts here too, but. So the market may be kind of gearing up. I thought it might even, I was wondering if it could even get bid up more. Let's see what happens on Monday and Tuesday. I thought it might even run up a little more, even close above 17, maybe even get back into the 18, unless the market's like, oh, we're really getting into this in there. But we'll see. Maybe it could even, let's see, where is that line? Right about that 16 range. As far as I'm concerned, we're still in that 16 range. It's been right below 16, right above 16. We're right above there. We might as well just be just above. That's okay with me. But like the 19, 20, 22 range, that's kind of what I'm eyeing. Like, holy shit, are we going to get there next week? That's the big one. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, let me just see. I didn't check the daily or anything like that. Daily, still the same thing. A little bit. It's not quite overbought. Just under 70. And what was the intraday doing? Oh, yeah, so I was noticing this. Look at this. So look at the RSI. It has this is 15-minute RSI. It has never been oversold on the 15-minute RSI since, briefly November 4th, but other than that, October 30th, which was the end of that huge sell-off. It has been bid. So I've been eyeing the stock price. I always put a little bit more emphasis on the stock price itself, what it's doing. Like it just seems like it's been every time it sells even a little bit off, there are buyers stepping in, and the selling kind of abates. Even right here, you had a very brief candlestick. This is intraday, but like it stayed right at that very 16 range, never really given up, and then boom, and then it's like kind of I don't know, it's you kind of get a feel for what the price behavior is. And again, Q3 earnings are what's going to trump all this, but still you kind of get how the market's kind of feeling about GameStop. But it was never, look at this, even on the 15-minute, it was never even got close to being oversold despite these brief pullbacks from highs and something like that. And that's, It's marginal, but I pick up on stuff like that because on a 15-minute RSI, of course a stock like GameStop could get oversold, and it just never did. Briefly that November 4th, but other than that is October 30th, and I just mean boom, boom, boom. It's getting, people are stepping in at the, I don't know. Just that's speculation on my part. Make no mistake, but it's the type of stuff I'm looking at heading into earnings. I'd have to say right now, I'm tilting bullish. We'll see what happens on Monday and Tuesday, but a lot of the factors are aligning that, as I always say, I don't usually have super strong conviction going into an earnings readout as to how the stock price is going to react, but all the variables that I kind of pay attention to, they're kind of they cause me to tilt bullish. I tilted bullish after Q2, it sold off, and so who knows? Take it with a grain of salt, but from what I'm seeing, I got to tilt bullish. So we'll see what they actually report out. Was there anything else? Okay, let's get going. Cheers. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope y'all had a good week. It's always great to have this is the highest. This is the highest weekly close that we've ever had a stream on. Is it the highest daily close? It is. This is the highest close. Cheers. I'm pretty sure, right? Oh, let me check the daily. I think it's the highest daily close. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, it is. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Let's do this. Definitely cigar-worthy night. I need a new one. You never know what you're going to get at the way. It's cheers, smash, cheers. Life is like a box of GME stock, smash says. You never know what you're going to get the week of earnings. Ain't that the truth, huh? You never know what you're going to get from out of the earnings. You never going to know how people are really positioning themselves heading into earnings. What I'm noticing is that there's just not that much positioning going on. It's kind of like people were like, all right, this is the new level. That's what I mean. Like, GameStop could have sold off a bit, but like the market's kind of saying, this is it. This is the new level. And now GameStop, let's see what you do from here. But there's not much jockeying going on. I don't see jockeying, but a cheers smash. Cheers. Run, GameStop, run. Yeah, oh, we're the Forest. Yeah. You saw the Forest Gate, what was it? Forest Barry? Oh, I don't even remember what it was. Cheers, Justin. Welcome, Justin. Happy Friday. Oh, boy. I know what a squeeze is, right? I know. Well, I could say that for myself, Justin. Where I don't know how to forecast a squeeze, the likelihood of a squeeze, but I'll probably know what a squeeze is when I see it. You know what I mean? Oh, shit. Craig, welcome, Craig. Happy Friday, mate. Cheers. Adam, cheers. Oh, what's it doing after? Oh, no, it's still not doing anything. Hey, Chris, welcome back, Chris. Cheers. Antoine, welcome, Antoine. Oh, there was some trading going on there. Okay. Yes, we're starting. Let's go. Super Saucy Rigo. Welcome, welcome. Hope y'all had a nice week. Cheers, David. Cheers, Steve. All right, good crew. James, welcome, James. Oh, I saw you on Twitter. Thanks for letting me know, James. Cheers, Daily. Happy Friday. Here we go. 2 days till we get some answers. Daily says, I agree. I mean that's. I agree. I agree, Daily, right? But I agree with. Well, let's get some insights into where they're headed. It's been kind of a quiet. Oh, I had something else up. Speaking of this, was the rebranding. Didn't I have that up there? Oh, I posted it. That's what it was. Did I post it? The rebranding. I did see they walked it back. Are they just testing stuff? You know what I mean? Like, I gotta re-Photoshop a whole bunch of photos. I am pissed right now, GameStop. You couldn't have waited a couple of months. No, I'm kidding. I saw they're switching up. They must be maybe slowly rolling this out, but like I had said in the last stream, I thought this was going to happen before the new consoles. Maybe they were just waiting. They just wanted to get to the consoles. They're like, all right, now we can focus on some of this stuff. But what just made me think of that? Oh yeah, well, there hasn't been much that was going on. No, not much insights into how their really progress was going on. Maybe we got like all the initiatives they were working on. We got the Microsoft news, but not much else. And that's why I'm wondering, like, could there be a dump of a lot of good news in the quarterly readout, or maybe they continue to kind of drag their feet and meet it out over time as they feel appropriate. But then the response to Cohen and stuff, blah blah blah. But I agree, Daily. I'm looking forward to it for updating my own mental model of this stuff. Right? 2 trading days. Right. Oh yeah. Of course. Cheers, James. What a week. Yeah, got a nice birds. Yeah, we got definitely a celebratory Friday one. You got to love these Friday ones. And remember these, we had some rough Friday ones back couple. Oh, let me get back to the weekly. We were doing, when you're doing Friday streams with this after a week like this, where was it, at 10? Where did it close? 10:50 a couple weeks back, huh? It's only been 5 or 6 weeks. That's so. So for like we all have our own unique investment styles, right? So for my style, like we're on that box, right? And wouldn't you know, it kind of worked out. But between 10 and 15, there's not much change, and just 5 weeks change, and we're right back into above that range at this point. So you can kind of, if you can stomach it a bit with the volatility and so forth and the risk that there can be. GameStop is a classic case of opportunity like that. But on streams like this, oh, you sell just like last week too. A great time. It's a great. Oh, we didn't stream last Friday. Oh, so this is our first big Friday stream in like a couple of months. Sick. Okay, here we go. I know, Chris. Chris never been more excited for an earnings call. Chris, I might be on the same boat. I don't know if I've been as dialed into like in preparation for it. Chris, I might be in the same boat. It's like, geez, especially because of the widespread distribution possibilities. It's like, geez, and there's so many different ways it can go, and it continues to feel like many people are at the opposite end of the spectrum of bullishness. You know what I mean? So I'm like, boy, they're thinking they're gonna get one readout. We're thinking we're gonna get another readout, and that's what I mean. We may have to stream that night just to get through it together, bounce ideas off each other, share interpretations, celebrate maybe, or commiserate. Maybe like the last one. Oh shit. Oh damn. Polygon, welcome Polygon. Hope you had a nice week, mate. Okay. Pilsner for Adam. I don't even know what I have. This might be. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's probably an IPA. I think that's an IPA. Oh, Rod's out. Oh, cheers, Rod. Cheers. Well, maybe we'll see you later. Okay. Okay, so James, you may have beaten this to me. James says special edition stream for the earnings release. All right, so there's one for that one. There's one for that. Hey, Snowk, welcome. Oh, shit, Snowk, I saw you had an updated thing, but I meant to click it. I didn't click to it. I didn't click it yet. I'll have to do that tonight. Welcome. I hope you had a nice week, and I'm always excited when I see there's a new one out there. A new one of those. Well, I actually don't even know what it is. I saw it was streamable, so I assume it's a video meme. I always get so excited. Yeah, Smash. I know, right? Smash. That's we're down over 50% over the past 5 years. Look at that. That's the bearish. That's the bearish thesis. That's the bearish thesis. And where's it? So, remember, I don't know if Alex here. Alex was talking about. This is not a recommendation, right? Educational channel. Like for one trading opportunity is for some folks, some traders might set a stop buy right above that $20 level because you might not see too much resistance all the way up to 25, even 30. So there's not too much. There's definitely a little bit. Like I see some at that $25 range, maybe a little bit right at that 20 range. But that's right. If you buy at 20, maybe it keeps on running. Not a recommendation, just something Alex tossed out. I thought, oh yeah, that's kind of a unique perspective on what some traders might do. Many traders have their own different approach to this type of stuff. But yeah. Anyway, why was I going with that? Oh, because Smash talked about 50% down, and who knows? And then if that's the thing, like there hasn't been all this much volume, and I view this as if there is tremendous buying, and that's not to say that it's going to happen next week or that we're going to have enough information such that there would be a ton of folks buying in. But can you imagine if there were, in that now people hear and see enough on that Q3 readout, they're like, holy shit, there is a legitimate thesis here, and we are way behind. We need to play catch up. And maybe even larger institutions are seeing the upgrades, significant upgrades. And imagine if there are more upgrades following the Q3 readout, and they have line of sight on a whole bunch of their digital initiatives. And then there's the whole short interest type stuff. And then an institute, now it's a larger company, over $1 billion, and then they want to buy in. If you got that, I feel like there might not be, there could be, this is speculation, but I'm just like, I don't know, like the market seems firmly like this is the new level. So if you want to buy in, like the stock price, you're probably going to have to buy in at a higher price. That's the feel I'm getting, but it's strictly a feel. And again, no guarantee that there is, but I just keep on thinking like, if there is, look out. But you never know. Oh, no, I wasn't, what happened at the close? I missed the close. Super Saucy talking about the close. I don't see much. Oh, it looks like it's sold off a bit in the RSI. I see that drop, and it's snapped right back. Really, a quiet day. It was really holding that 1580. I saw people talking about that level too, 1580, 1590. I mean, it really was right there. You know what I mean? Like the market was like, this is the new level, and we're not even on low volume. Not going to sell off. It's the market kind of made a point. That's kind of what I was seeing these past couple of days. This past week, a relatively quiet week after that bid up, and people really shitting on this pullback from those highs, and I'm just like that. I view that as particularly bullish. Anyway, I'll keep going. I missed that. Oh, that's right. And so super saucy. Okay, so I missed this. So it was selling off, and then someone was swallowing up. That's a good word. Swallowing up, like just gobbling up, right? Is that there seems to be buyers willing to step in. That doesn't mean that they'll stay in or they continue to do it next week following earnings. But I'm seeing like folks stepping in, and it's just not getting all that oversold at any point. Okay, let's check out the daily RSI. Oh, that's the 15-minute. What is the daily RSI? I mean, it hasn't been sold, like it hasn't been sold off on the daily. It hasn't been oversold on the daily in quite a while, and it's still closer to this overbought range. And so now we're under 70. We're not even overbought right now on the daily. That's kind of upside opportunity, just a bit marginal stuff, but you don't have that froth that you had going into the pat. Look at that. Look at how overbought it was in the daily. And I don't want to don't overthink this stuff too much. Just note it and then move on. I almost feel like I shouldn't be talking about it as much. It's just something I'll keep going. We got our own fundamentals focused thesis, but when I'm tinkering with my tilts going into it, it's the stuff I pull up. And I'll tell you, the significant upgrades help too. I wasn't even realizing to get all that much. Oh boy. Does anyone here watch anything else? Yeah, right. Oh, okay. Folks digging into some of the data on stock trades. Cool. Oh, how's Macy's been doing, Smash? I check up on Macy's sometimes. Oh, it's been taken up. That was a good looking chart, like a good looking overbought and stuff. Wow, that one looked interesting in this range. It wasn't sexy. No one really was like all about it and stuff, but it looked good. Looked like a solid. It reminded me of a kind of a Bed Bath & Beyond type play. Like sometimes, like I say, sometimes I'll classify certain plays like, that's that type of play. I kind of thought Macy's and Bed Bath & Beyond were both in that category in my mind. Like for some other brick and mortar retailers that had been sold off quite a bit and had real headwinds, but I thought, it seems a bit overdone. I had no position in Macy's, but those were the ones. There might have been another one too. I felt like Nordstrom's didn't quite get as sold off as much. I didn't think it got as cheap. There was a couple other ones too. I had been watching a bunch of them. Okay, I'll have to check out. Okay, Snowcarver and Rob were talking about some data on stock trades. Okay, I'll check that out after. Yeah, so Chris talking about, there's been, unless anyone disagrees, let me know. It doesn't feel like material covering for GameStop. And then I'm wondering too, it seems, as you've heard me say, if you were just a retail investor and you had this gigantic short position and you weren't effectively hedged, man, going into Q3, just seems risky. And I thought maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Yep. Oh, y'all were talking about that borrow free. Yep. Moving up. Look at that. Moving up. But it's been up before, and nothing really came of it. A lot of us saw that, but definitely worth bringing up, right? Worth bringing up because it's doubled. It doubled. It doubled today. It was at 9 today, but that's what I mean. Sometimes it's a bit volatile. I've noticed too in the past, but worth keeping an eye on. Hey, Tinny, welcome back, Tinny. Oh, you like the cat? Yeah. No, not a stock recommendation. Just cheers, Tinny. Oh, cheers, Gats. Welcome, Gats. Happy Friday, mate. Yeah, okay, so Gats is loving the price action too. Gats is too. It's real. Look at it's cups. I need to do like a cup. Oh, let me make a note of this one. Cupception. I mean, there's cups on cups on cups. This is developing into a pretty nice looking cup, ain't it? I mean, a cup, and it's developing its handle right now, but you get a couple more days, and one would think that the stock might pop. I mean, you're seeing it in options pricing, right? That volatility is being priced in quite a bit. That it will go one way or another. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you're really thinking that it doesn't. And everyone that it seems like a lot of that volatility is priced in was like, well, it didn't happen after all. But yeah, I agree. It's looking good. It's looking good, Gats. I'm with you. You know what I mean? All else equal. This could have been a shittier chart going into earnings. And it just so happens the trend continues. That trend continues. Okay, Gats wants 20 plus. Gats wants 20 plus on that bar rate. Yeah, so yeah, I was wondering that too. Gats saying that if they were longer term shorts, have they been shorting for a long ass time? In which case, some of them might be in the black or in the green, and then they're not sitting on losses. We don't know how long they've been. We know that that bear thesis had been intact for quite a while and had been successful up to a point. But then when you factor in the fees that they're paying and the dividends that GameStop had been paying at the time, it gets questionable. But at least on a price point, I would think that some of them are still sitting on gains. Gap's talking about how some folks might have been short all the way from 30. You know what I mean? Shorting this whole time. Oh, that's not dividend adjusted. Then I was wondering that too. Yeah. But I don't know for sure. Oh yeah, because we're talking about danger zone and stuff, right? Yeah, a clean break above 20 would be something. A lot of us are eyeing that 17, 18 range, and I got to say, that seems to me that that's still in play. For some folks, I know they think, oh, well, we just broke that. And nothing happened. But you've heard me say this many times. A move needs to stick. You just can't get above there if you close below 17. You know what I mean? Like, for me, that's not enough. I meant like a clean, firm break, like, 18, 19, 20, that's the new level. For me, that's a real break. And then if anything were going to happen, then we can see it. But just a smart run up in the first half of the day, I don't know if that's enough for someone like me. But then I think you break 20, you break 22, and then look out. It's $1 billion. It's $1 billion position at this point, right? In total, in aggregate. Man. Super Saucy sees 19 for the danger zone. 770, we're right below it. You know what I mean? And that's why do I think that if Q3 is big, then it could, at least it will put to the test this theory that we have, that this range that we're bumping up against right now, whether or not there's anything to this. Oh, so maybe even 40s. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. When you've been right for so long, complacency, right? We've talked about that a bit. All this, and you were in the green all that time. Boom, boom, boom. But things can change. Things can change. Gats sees liquidity getting thin. Yeah, that's thank you, Gats, for succinctly putting what I take too long to say. Kind of feels like liquidity's drying up a bit, and that if there are big buyers stepping in, then that price runs up quick when there's just not too much liquidity for that. It's just a feel. It's hard to know that stuff for sure. And of course, if you remove GameStop, if you just suddenly have a real bearish earnings readout, then the stock sells off. Who cares about liquidity, right? Then there might be people just, we'll have to see. Where do we close the week after hours? Right? Can we get above 17? Oh, y'all seeing some spreads too. Okay. I saw some spreads too. I actually noticed that. I know other folks are talking about that more than I have in the past. I picked up on a couple of the wide boom, boom, boom. You see that with heavily shorted stocks and volatility. You know where you saw it Monday. That was that kind of, that's the type of action, where you're like, oh, okay, something's going on here. These past couple of days, there's been nothing. The stock's just kind of just floating along, right? Float on. We all float on like that. But Monday, you see that boom, 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 boom. And I'm curious to see if we get that on Wednesday, in particular if it's upward, right? But that's where you start seeing a little bit of craziness. See how quickly it ran up? See how quickly it ran up to? I mean, we already know this. We already talked about this a bit. It's just boom, and just some buying interest at the time. And sure, it came back down. But imagine if it sticks. It can go quickly when there's not as many sellers. Okay. Okay, talking about yep. Okay, Chris is on Tuesdays. That's 2 for Tuesday stream. All right, maybe that's 2. Oh, I gotta check. Okay, Snow Carver doing some work. I gotta check that out. Skip Monday to Tuesday. Okay, Steve Stunk, that's 3. All right, definitely seems like we're leaning that way. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know what Justin saying. I know the GameStop constantly has me looking at stuff I never thought I'd have to look at. Just say, is that the same for a lot of people? Because that's definitely the same for me, right? We're looking at stuff and contemplating stuff I've never even contemplated, because there's some stuff we talk about that has been just not a huge part of other theses that I have. But here we are, we're all digging in deep, really trying to understand the thesis and the story, and that causes you to look in areas, looking under rocks that you wouldn't otherwise look. So I feel the same way, Justin. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a case study, an educational, because then you can take this knowledge. Justin knows this, but I'm just speaking broadly. Take this knowledge that you develop here and can apply it elsewhere. So it's great for something like that. And it's even better if it all works out. Oh, shit. Okay, Zenian. Cheers to Zenian. Welcome. I forget if I said, what up, Steve Stonk? 2, of course. Cheers. Okay, Tuesday, we either celebrate or cry together. Exactly. It's celebratory. We're commiserating. Daily's on Tuesday. All right, let's just say that shit is settled. I mean, unless it's like crazy Monday, right? But based on the past couple of days, it could be like folks just waiting for that one last day. Now it seems imminent but who knows? We'll see. But even still, it seems like Tuesday might be the day. Daily's on board with Tuesday. Insurance detectives, welcome insurance. Oh, a live stream during the conference call. Oh, that might be tough. That might be tough. We'll do all our quick takes, quick research analysis, listen to the conference call, then we'll hop on and share our ideas, because that can be kind of tough to do in real time, because then we're listening, and I feel like it's easier to share ideas after the fact. That's what I'm thinking. Insurance. Rigo's Tuesday. So Justin says Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, so there's a thought too, Tuesday and Wednesday. In which case, I'd have to say Justin, right? If we could do Tuesday, right? We get the analyzing the readout, and then if it's we could have a Wednesday celebration one, man. let's say potentially Wednesday celebration one. You know, we'll see some after hours action, of course, on Tuesday. But last quarter was the opposite. Yeah, Xenia's still traumatized by Q2. Well, we did it last time. We still did okay. I feel like we kept our heads in the chat on that readout on Q2. We weren't letting the price action impact our analysis too much. And I feel like collectively, and you can check out that chat too, people were sharing their thoughts in real time. And I felt like we kind of came away with the right take, and the market kind of reflected that shortly thereafter. But anyway, Rigo, 5-day stream. Cheers. Maybe down the line, Rigo. Maybe down the line. Okay, Tuesday, done. All right, the Super Saucy's on board with Tuesday. Have to have it. Steve Stunk Tuesday, done. It is, I don't have a gavel, but that's official. Tuesday it is. Done. I was thinking that. Okay. Oh, Justin's article too. We need to make sure Justin has enough time. It's like Cold Stone sizes. Gotta have it. Oh yeah, that's right. That's one of their sizes. That's right. Okay, Justin's doing after the release, right? Sick. Okay. I mean, that's even then we'll have like a form. I mean, either way, it's great, right? Because then we can get Justin's collective thoughts after the fact. We might even be able to include. Well, that's the thing. I don't know how quickly they'll upgrade, but that doesn't matter. That's not going to impact Justin's analysis all that much. But then we'll be able to. Justin's going to formalize his thoughts. He'll be able to write about some of the stuff they talk about during the quarterly call, and you can kind of formalize it, give it structure and stuff. So I'll certainly be looking forward to that next week. Busy week. Exciting week coming up. No doubt about it. Hey, Jen. Welcome, Jen. Happy Friday. Run Kitty Marathon. Kitty NATO Week. Ooh, Kitty NATO Week's not bad. See if I could do... That seems like I could find like a picture along those lines. Oh, so someone had mentioned on the stream some of those, and I quickly... well, we'll see. We'll get to that later, but... Kitty NATO Week. I like that one. It's okay. Okay, Junior. Cheers, Junior. You're on board with that too? What's up, Jorge? Welcome back, Jorge. I know you coming with tickers. Johan. Hola. Welcome, Johan. Oh, yeah, some big collective holders. Yeah. Oh, Jorge, you like those bad boys? I tell you who doesn't like them. My wife. Yes, they're definitely out there. Cheers, Jorge. Did you see? So we did see that. So Super Saucy talking about how Telsey used a 5 times. Who called this out? I think CV Research called this out. So Super Saucy said, you see they used the same EV to EBITDA multiple, even though GME will have the bond payout. It's going to close in a couple. It closes next week, right? That's all taken care of. It's not. What was interesting, Super Saucy, it wasn't even mentioned. You know what I mean? Like, you can say that, but you at least have to have an asterisk. Be like, oh, it doesn't take into consideration the fact that they're actively doing this right now. So we did pick up. Oh, let me pull that up actually. Did I retweet it? I think did I retweet it? Ah, shit, I can't remember. I can't remember. Maybe I liked it. And what else we were talking about is that 5 times EV to EBITDA multiple, while conservative, and I do like to lean toward this conservatism. Oh, here it is. Perfect. First of all, here it is too. Right. That was it. Sick. The figures that they're using aren't factoring in at all any growth potential. Right. That's why that's that huge upside. But I actually agree with CV Research and many other folks too, many folks on the stream, where we think that their Q4, their forecast, their near-term forecasts are too low. Again, that's one way where my thesis could be inaccurate. Like I said, we'll get to see how that unfolds. But I think that their near-term forecasts might be too low, and in which case even their current target of 19 might be too low, right? But then there's this second aspect where they're using this 5 times EBITDA. which you might use for I mean that's a low EV to EBITDA multiple. Just not even getting to Super Saucy's point that they're not factoring in that bond payout, but just imagine if you start using higher multiples because people are coming around, or you're starting to buy into those long-term initiatives that they're focusing on that at least will stabilize or even grow over time. You just use a much larger multiple and then forget about it. That's that tremendous upside will take care of itself, and that's what I'm most curious about on that call. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Super Saucy. So I wonder. That was odd to me. That did they even? I don't even know if they mentioned it. Did they even? Was there even an asterisk there? I didn't even look through that. That was odd to me. Yeah, nice pickup, Super. Did they decrease the multiple? They decrease. Yeah, so I don't. I mean, you may notice I don't pick these analyst reports apart too much. I'm not even too familiar with Telsey, and so even when we're pulling up this stuff, I myself take this stuff with a grain of salt. I'm just sharing that broad sentiment changing out there. Even analysts are coming around to it. The market's kind of coming around to it. Retail investors and so forth. That's more the stuff I care about. So I'm usually not even picking this stuff apart. But like, if that did they decrease the multiple that they're using? I missed. I didn't see that, which is kind of curious. They decreased the multiple. Thanks for letting me know, Super Saucy. Like, right? What the hell? Welcome to the jungle. Struts, welcome back. Struts, welcome back. Oh, dividend. I doubt that, Rigo. I doubt that. I didn't hear that rumor, but I doubt it. Oh, Smash. So you heard? You heard? Was this recent? Was this oh, from this week? Thank you, Smash. So Smash saying, watch a podcast from Benzinga where a group of pros could probably a good use to Smash. I'm not knocking these folks. I don't know who they are, but I see the word pro tossed around sometimes freely. Just dunked on GameStop and laughed it off as a joke of an investment. Boom. Not that sentiment still hasn't fully turned yet. They're still clear. I mean, there's so there you go. Thank you for sharing that, Smash. I didn't see that. And I think a good chunk of those, I feel as though that type of talk is declining. I'm seeing more and more people picking up on that on what I consider the more, I don't want to say the right story, but the story that's I think is more aligned with reality. But it's those other discussions aren't dead yet. That takes a little bit of time, and so long as those are persisting, you'd have to believe that there remains some upside, potentially quite a bit of upside, right? Thank you for sharing that, Smash. Yeah, I mean that they, you know what I mean? It's one thing to like disagree with the bull thesis and say, it's a bit too speculative. There's too much uncertainty. Like that's at least reasonable, but to kind of laugh it off as a joke, it's like, come on. Like I have to think maybe they didn't dig in deep. I don't even know who these people are, but when I obviously I have strong opinions about GameStop, and so for people to laugh it off as ridiculous, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Call me, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it's a ridiculous thesis that I have. I don't know about that, so I kind of lean toward maybe they're not too dialed into the story. And I think about this a lot too. It's okay to not be dialed into a story, or to not even have the right story. But I think what sticks out to me is that when folks really think that they do, or they're very confident that they do, and they speak confidently about their beliefs, like I feel like there's so many stocks out there that I don't have strong opinions on, and I might even I might have a lightly held opinion, right? Like what are those strong beliefs, weakly held, or whatever the hell that phrase is. But what sticks out is when people are speaking confidently about a thesis that they haven't really dug into, that they have reason to speak confidently about it, and there may be some elements that they're missing. But I think yeah. So anyway, let me get caught up in the chat. We start going down that path. Polygon. Polygon says, Roaring Kitty says, I'm a long-term value investor. Also, Roaring Kitty, look at the 15-minute horizon. Oh, Polygon. Number one, I totally deserve that, right? Number two, hilarious, Polygon. Cheers to that shit. I deserve that. That is fair game as far as I'm concerned, because that's how I feel about it. Every time I pull it up, Polygon, that's how I feel. Remember, because I'm this, the technical analysis is new to me, but I'm like, I'm trying to integrate it, and that's how I feel. So cheers to that, Polygon. That's, oh man, I deserve that. So Smash says, I don't know how a stock could move this drastically and people still hate it on it. So I kind of agree with that, Smash, right? Is that one thing? It was one thing for it was even though I strongly disagreed with it, it was one thing for people to still kind of laughing at that bull thesis a little bit. It was a little bit more. At least I'm like, all right, well, the stock hasn't done shit for a year here. At least it seems like they're right, and it seems like I'm wrong and I'm crazy. So at least it's just, oh, now the stock has risen 4x. What the hell? Like, why do you think it rose 4x? And as many of us have talked about, many people still think it is the short squeeze itself, which confuses the hell out of me because short interest had been rising. They think it's a phony run up, and I just think, I mean, we'll see in time. But I'm like, how can you? What are they attributing that run up if you think it's a ridiculous thesis? You know what I mean? And then right away, whatever they say, you can kind of get a feel for where they're coming from. Oh, it's a short squeeze. It's like, what? How'd the short interest go higher? Oh, it's just some fluff run up, and it's just getting pumped up because there's temporary interest in the stock, but it's gonna collapse. It's like, well, why do you think that? How are you? Have you seen the fundamental thesis that GameStop's working on these new initiatives that can have its free cash flows that is historically generated persist for quite a bit longer, but then they also have such a unique position in the industry that they can crush it looking out the long term potentially. And it's like there's something there. There's something there that can support this move up, but I feel like people are just writing off. I agree with you, Smash. Typically what would happen, this is what Smash is getting at, is that once that price starts to rise, especially significantly, then people start buying into it, right? And that's what you're seeing somewhat with the Analyst here, their upgrades. But even then people are like, oh, the price is rising. Oh, there is something there. But I do feel, like I said, it's been quite heavy, right, Smash? It's been so heavy that even when the price, I mean, it's up 5x from the lows. Even when the stock has gone 5x from the lows, you still have people being like, it's bullshit. Bullshit. This run-up is bullshit. Now, it has lasted a time, too. We're going up to 6 months now where this is a 6-month move. This isn't just some 1 day, 1 week, 1 month move. Clearly it holds water. I'm kind of confused by takes like that. So thank you for sharing that, Smash. Yep. So Rod says the same thing I was kind of getting at there, right? Oh shit! It just jumped on me, and I see a whole bunch of things. Oh, how far behind am I? Oh, not too far behind. Okay, let me keep going. Oh, I'm a little bit behind. Okay. Okay, Rod said sentiment is still shit, just means more upside. So that's what I mean. So I definitely feel the story's turning. I do feel more. In aggregate, I don't think sentiment isn't as much shit as it was a number of months ago, right? It's turning. I think you're seeing it turn in real time, but there's very clear bearishness still out there, and that's okay. It's just what sticks out to me is how confidently it's held, and but in that I agree with Ron. That means there's more potential upside. There's more people who can be converted to that bull thesis, and not just sentiment-wise, but like we said, there are large institutions with mandates that they can't even get involved with a stock like this. And one would think that as time passes, if our thesis unfolds as we think it might, then maybe they can get more involved too. And that so there's more. And then shorts closing. Like there's plenty of reasons that it could continue to rise in time. But sentiment is one of those reasons that if those people flip, if it switches, those are future potential buyers. And remember, there's some folks out there that don't give a shit. I'm telling you, they don't care that the stock is up 4x, 5x. It doesn't matter because they're looking for they're not about maximizing their returns for a particular stock, but about buying into a story, and they don't care that it's up 4x, 5x. Now they're like, okay, now this kind of makes sense to me. Let me add that to my portfolio so I can say this is how I'm playing the console refresh. This is how I'm playing the gaming environment, which is obviously a super sexy space to be in. So. I think that's still ahead of us. Okay, so Smash, thank you for saving me a list and just saying, nah, it's just rehashed info, the same old stuff. Thanks, Smash. You see what I mean? Like, and for many of us who have been invested for GameStop for a long time, you just see the same points over and over again. They're so tired. They're not wired. They're tired. It's like, such a tired take that you're just plucking some narratives because you didn't maybe have time to dig into it. You know, some folks, they have good reason to not dig into it. They don't have the time. That's fair. It's just when it's held with high conviction, that's the part where I'm like, that's kind of a mistake. That might be a mistake that you're, but you see the same tired takes there. I'm like, I don't think you dug into it. So then you don't have to keep reading. I see it all, and I'm like, all right, don't have to keep reading. Boom, keep on going. Well, that would be quite the outcome, Struts. Yeah. Hey, Zane, welcome back, Zane. Cheers, mate. Oh, you think? Yeah, of course. And thank y'all for chiming in, right? Bouncing ideas off each other. I think there's going to be a movie, Zane? Yeah, we'll see. It'd have to be something crazy from this point. What's the market cap? Is it about 1.1? We just said that. It'd have to be something. If it ever did be crazy short squeeze, shit. Well, then maybe it'll be more of a big, huge deal, right? Because then everyone will be like, holy shit, you see what happened? But that's the thing, is that they could still be ahead, but really tough to bank on that type of stuff. But cheers, Zane. I thank everyone else joining the. I can't say it enough how we bounce ideas off each other, and it's great. Pursuit of truth, baby. Oh yeah, potential buyout stuff. Yeah. I do think we talked about this a while back. I don't think this is likely at all, right? But the Microsoft partnership with GameStop has at least incrementally increased the odds of like a Microsoft taking out GameStop. I think those odds are very low. But before that, I couldn't even take that seriously, right? I'm like, oh, what the hell? At least now they closed their Microsoft stores. They got this partnership. But very low, but who just Polygon was talking about that 15 billion. What would 15 billion be? What would 15 billion be on that stock price? Wait, 15 divided by I can't do the math at this time. Oh shit. Okay. So that would be really high. That'd be really high. I did people saying that how it kind of resemble the Chewy logo. I don't think that was intentional. I did see people commenting on that. That would be I think I saw both these. So Rigo talking about how the logo resembles Chewy. You know what? I think folks were talking about it on StockTwits. And then Smash says it aligns with Microsoft's the Smash GG. Smash. I thought that. I remember when I read that. I'm like, oh, is that Smash JT? Oh, Smash GG. I thought that was you. An esports company, yeah. I wouldn't look too much into that type of comparison. I like mentioning it because I didn't pick up on that, but usually that's it's just coincidental, right? Maybe sometimes you see too, like you'll see this with websites where you'll see very similar websites all over the place. It's because that's the website, that's the style of website that's in favor. So when you reach out to consultants to bin your website, they go, well, this is kind of the model that people like these days, and so you see a very similar format all throughout. I don't know. But I wonder if that's the case with like logos and branding type stuff. I was thinking about that. Maybe you see a very simple type of a logo like you saw with the Chewy, and that's why maybe the GameStop one might resemble it. There could be others out there. I don't know that space all that well. Yeah, so I saw that they pulled it from their social. So, oh yeah, Snowk, I saw you say this, and I agree with this. Yep. So Snowk says, on the rebranding, the new red one is for corporate, not rolling it out to the consumer facing yet. That's a bigger lift, hence the rollback on Twitter, Facebook, not like it. So that's what I was thinking too, Snowk. I think I mentioned that. One thing I was thinking too, some people were saying it was a mistake. I was wondering if they were just testing it out. Collect that knee-jerk reaction from customers just to see what they think. That's just a thought that I had. I said, oh, maybe they would just test it and see what people say about it. But then I saw they did keep it for the corporate one. So anyway, I do think... I thought it was going to be a bigger lift too. I was surprised when they just did it for the corporate one. I thought, or LinkedIn. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Just do that one first. And then they did it for the social media one like the next day. I'm like, whoa. I didn't think it was going to be one fell swoop or whatever it is, something like that. Oh, just maybe a tease of the logo could be something like that. That's what Chris is saying too, something similarly. Okay, so I was just talking about that. Yep, logo still exists. Oh, is Chewy announcing that day too? Yeah, it could be an announcement. Yep, they're talking about some of that stuff. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, Snowk. Cheers. Snowk saying he reached out to some folks who do know that space. Great. Markel, welcome back. Happy Friday, Markel. Cheers. Oh, okay, Steve Stonk. Okay, we do Steve Stonk with apple cider and Maker's Mark. Ooh, a nice one. Nice. Well, we were doing some like Halloween stuff. What are some good like Christmas drinks? You know what I mean? Maybe there's probably stuff that involves eggnog. Can you do like a White Russian with eggnog or something? What else? Maybe something with cinnamon or something, or candy canes. Yeah, I have to think. There's probably some. Apple cider's probably a good one too, right? Maker's Mark. Hey, Joe, welcome back. Earnings stream. Okay, Joe's on board with the earnings stream too. All right, that's settled. Joe not handling the logo. Hey, Searing, welcome, Searing. Cheers. Okay, just watching that price action too. Okay, so that is seasonal. Thank you, Chris, for letting me. It is seasonal. That apple cider stuff is seasonal. Sick. Hey, Danny. Welcome back, Danny. Cheers. Exactly. Happy new highs, right? Look at this. That's such happy new high indeed. A new daily high, new weekly high. It's just, I mean, it's kind of, remember, all this is a test, but especially for me, technical analysis, and I think it's laughable how it's kind of trading, what would I say? I like trading true to the technical forecast so far, but it's usually fundamentals can break that or even make it, right? I mean, does any technical analysis experts out there who have strong opinions about cup and handle? What about a cup where the handle's above where the previous, you know what I mean? Is that extra bullish? Is that not a true cup and handle? Anyone have strong thoughts on that? Where, I mean, clearly you got this recent cup, but then you had that breakout. But it's a handle, right? Don't overthink this green line. But I'm wondering, that handle's a little bit higher from where that cup was last time. I wonder, remember in this down, you can't overthink this stuff. Oh, Musical Felony is back. Musical! Welcome back, dude. Cheers. I know Musical. You say, I think you were working, right? Welcome back. Glad you were able to make it, dude. Been a minute for sure. Been a minute. Man, at least weeks. Talking, okay. Organization, no, just thinking. Hugo. Happy Friday, Hugo. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, I wonder, will they give do some of them do the earnings upgrades on earnings day? They probably do, right? Because they're trying to get it out as quickly as possible. Some of them are next day or morning of. Super Sassy says, GME is going to be at 50, and I'm going to say RSI on the yearly, not yet overbought, marginal stuff. I love the technical analysis jokes because I think that's how I think about it too. Oh dear. Look at that monthly. Okay, look at the monthly. Here we go. The monthly. So this is the thing. I think I mentioned this on a stream recently, right? Where do you make your box? Do you make it at the end of the wick, or do you do it where it closed the week? You know what I mean? If you're above and beyond, don't overthink that. But nice looking, boom, stair steps, right? That's really good. But not yet overbought on the monthly. And look at it, got overbought. Look at it. It did get overbought on the monthly last time. That's a really strong. This trend is really, really, really strong. And it continues to strengthen, but if it breaks out again, then you get it, and then you're overbought on the monthly, and that's even more meaningful. The weekly, it could be. It's just above on the weekly. I'm glad I do like that it closed up. Talk about charts too much. Okay, cheers, Robert. Welcome. Happy Friday. Wants to see some roadmap info on how GME will capitalize on the growth drivers in the game industry. Currently only in the I agree. Let's hope we get some clarity on that front. It does seem like they might be incentivized based on the Cohen letter, but you never know with this management team how they'll kind of react to something like that. But let's hope, right? That's that big upside for me. Let's hope, Rod. Bellagio mode. Could do that. Some Barry's 11 type shit. Whoa, we're seeing 50. I'm seeing 50 thrown around along that. I like to see 50, huh? Could we get back to 50? What's that market cap? $3 billion? That ain't bad. It's only a triple from here. It's crazy, huh? I mean, it's kind of crazy that we are less than 20% from 20, right? I mean, we've been streaming for months now, right? A mere 20% move, that's a one-day move for GameStop. It's nothing, and we're right there, and it's a hoot. And so, but then even so 17, 30, it's not even a triple from here. But boy, 50 would be nice. Kazuya, welcome. Hope you had a nice week. Oh yeah, so super saucy. The short interest versus the stock price The short interest versus the stock price chart. I know Rod's been posting it. I've just been pulling up Rod's. It is a good chart. Yeah, the, what do you say? Short interest for a stock price chart. Yeah. Is it posted anywhere recently? I can pull it up like an updated one. I did see you were talking about the rising rates, which I thought was interesting because it was only at 10% at the time. But I didn't see any updated charts recently. I'll have to look one up. I do like though. That's the thing. One drawback of stock charts is I can't plot, which really sucks. I can't plot other variables, things like short interest, but more importantly, like fundamentals. Like how great would it be to plot even a trailing 12-month, or even, you know what I mean, like trailing 12-month metrics and stuff like that. It's really valuable stuff in a chart. I really like it. Yeah, there's other software platforms out there. I do know that. It's not that they don't exist. I'm not saying that, but just in stock charts in particular, I like that type of stuff. It's the most important chart. My bad, Super Sausage. Super Sausage, point me in the direction. I'll keep scrolling. Surely there's got to be one out there, right? Yeah, it's a huge short. Look at it, right? It's a $1 billion short. This is a legitimate short position, right? I mean, this is real. Again, in aggregate, we don't know who's holding, what the composition is. But it's a huge short percent. I did see someone shared a table somewhere where it had like the historical position size of the short interest, right? I mean, it's just short interest times the stock price. But it was fascinating to see it rise from 250 million. I mean, you know in your head, but to see it in a table, 250 million or whatever it was, all the way up to 1 billion, 1.2 billion, whatever the hell it is. I'm just like, wow, like I'm increasingly of the opinion that did it just move too quickly? Did it move too quickly? But at the same time, it's hard. At the same time, they would have trimmed some. You know what I mean? They only added. They viewed it as so. I discount that possibility because you still would have trimmed. There's been plenty of time to at least trim the position, and they added. So it's hard for me to buy into that. Oh, it rose too quickly and they couldn't get out in time. Nah. But imagine that conviction. Did I say that before? I hope someday I have as much conviction on the long side of the stock as kind of on the short side. I think, wow, that level of confidence. Whew. Hey, welcome, Brandon. You've been late. You're able to make it tonight. Happy Friday. I'm glad you're able to make it. Cheers. Sick. Oh, your stock. Oh, yeah. This is okay. So that's your. Okay, I'll try to remember that. It's always good when I can connect the dots. Sometimes I don't know, like especially if I see you on the chat, right? But then I don't know who you are on Twitter and stuff. Okay. So that's you on Stock Twitch. Cheers, Brandon. Brandon, excuse me. Welcome. How much is on margin? Okay. More shares than the close. Oh, is that what it is? The collective ownership? Jeez. Okay. Joe's on Tuesday stream. Yep. Have to cover at some point. I know. I keep thinking that, right? Don't they, Justin? Don't they have to cover at some point? When? I know, right? Like when? 67 million. When do we get the update? Next week. And Justin had said it will be not November 30th, but just before. And then, of course, the question is there going to be news release that's going to at least incite them to close next week, at least part of it? I know what I mean? Like, I've been thinking all this time. I'm like, they're probably going to close. Trim the position. They don't. And I just think, and the whole time, right? I've been thinking, like, am I crazy? What are they buying into? Very clearly, they have a different approach to their position. Very clearly, it's not the same type of analysis we're doing, right? Because you would draw a vastly different conclusion. But, shit. Okay, Justin calling out that iBorrow fee. Yep, it's definitely right. That's a quick rise. It was a double, almost a double today. And the shares available didn't even change. Look at that. Just a proxy. We know it's not the same all over the place, but even still, I didn't realize it was at 17, right? Just because it's that trend I kind of keep an eye on. But here you are in September, that rate was rising. Boy, they didn't even, it doesn't even feel like they trimmed much. It doesn't even feel like they... Okay, just wondering if maybe part of this rise is folks calling in shares. Yeah, Justin said, okay, so Justin points out, I always like this type of stuff. Justin says, the price is closed above 16 3 days in a row, which is like the highest price since 2018. Yeah, no joke. I mean, this is, those closures are big. 16, right? 3 in a row? In 4 out of 5, right? 4 out of 5 this week. And it was above 16 with like minutes to go. Wasn't it above 16 with minutes to go on whatever day that was, Tuesday? It ruined our data point. But and that intraday high on Monday, this was the big thing for me. That intraday high on Monday, you back this out. You back this out like 3 years. That was the highest. That was the highest since earlier than this. You know what I like? It's not even on. I got to go further than this. 19. It was all the way back to. Oh, there you go. So January 2018, almost 3 full years was that. Of course, buybacks can help with something like that. Yeah, just over 2 years on that one. That with the close itself. Okay. Just scrolling through. Yeah, Rod's saying do I still have Rod's model up? Rod thinking they're gonna make $4 per share in Q4 alone. That's Rod's take. Can you imagine this? That's what I mean. Like $5 to $4 from my pivot thesis doesn't even matter. It could be $3 for in one quarter. Whereas you can see what some other analysts out there are forecasting for Q4, and yeah, it's just a huge quarterly earnings. And I get seasonal and new consoles and blah blah blah. I get that part. But that's a huge print. It would be a huge print. Even 252 would be real. I guess even 252 would be a huge print based on what I'm seeing so far. Oh, I've used the thumbnail. Wait, do I? Oh, I don't know which thumbnail that is. Cheyenne. Welcome, Cheyenne. Welcome, Cheyenne. I don't know if you're back from work yet, but. Oh, shit. Hey, cheers, Miles. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, mate. The cat on his hat is referencing an insect and not a feline. Oh, no. Oh, you caught me. That's okay. I got a backup cat, Miles. I got a backup cat. This one's kind of a roaring one, too. Battling a, was that a pirate ship? Pirate ship. That's okay. I got a backup, Miles. I got a backup. We good. Oh, thanks, Smash. What I'll probably do, Smash, is I'll probably pop up that video for like just a couple of minutes for a laugh, maybe. But usually I just can't keep on listening, right? It's just like, said Miles is sick of making money. Oh, damn. Blessed. Happy Friday, Blessed. Oh, yeah. So Kazuya saying they're more likely to make the movie The Big Short 2, shorting Tesla. I did see. Although, did Barry delete all his tweets again? Man, I got to re-up that Abraham Barry one. I got that original one. I did see he was short. Oh, yeah, what is Tesla doing? It's hanging in there for now. Boy, market's looking bullish, huh? What did everything? It was looking. A lot of stuff is a lot of like. Look at this. IWM was up 2% today. Look at this. Look at that chart. That's a good look. We said that breakout was meaningful, right? When it happened. Let's get to the weekly. This is. Here you got that breakout right above that one. I was eyeing 170. I like those nice round numbers. Breakout. It was like, all right, let's see what it does from here. Boom, boom. That's bullish. That's bullish. Again, at some point you might get some pullback a bit, but right now, boom, this is suggesting to me that this move might be on. And Jordan, cheers to Jordan, was calling that out today too. But things like hard assets, commodities, emerging markets. Check out the U.S. dollar. I mean, look no further than the U.S. dollar. I think I can just do this and pull it up. There you go. That's what's driving a lot of this stuff, is when that U.S. dollar is tanking. That's kind of at the, I mean, I'll be of the opinion that this is kind of is a heavy influence on the rest of this stuff. Look at this. This is a huge breakdown for the U.S. dollar. But when this type of stuff, and you see U.S. rates rising, you see commodities tend to outperform hard assets. Like I said, emerging markets, like small cap type stocks, value stocks, those types of things. And it's all, they're all aligning. They're all telling the same story right now. I don't know what happens next week or anything like that, but that's the trend I'm seeing. And again, that's that potential tailwind for a GameStop-like company. Yeah. Oh, okay. Cheers, Myth. Welcome, Myth. Myth says hot buttered rum. Oh, what the hell is that, Myth? Hot buttered rum. Is that a flavor of rum? Is that a flavor of rum? Would you add hot butter to Myth? Oh, Myth. Embarrassing question. I've never heard of hot buttered rum before. I mean, I remember drinking all those flavored rums back in the day. You remember like that Bacardi-O and I remember Parrot Bay. That was one of my Oh, damn. But I don't know hot buttered rum, but now I'm intrigued, Myth. I'm intrigued. Okay, Justin says back out for that cup and handle. There's been a bunch. No, yeah, so there have been a bunch of cup and handles, right? I don't know if this is where you're going to run with this. Yeah, oh, let me pop this one up. Back out, back out, back out. Right? I don't know if... let me keep reading. Where are you going to go? Look from 2018 to now instead of the last month. Well, I think there's different... there's different cups and handles, Justin. I don't know. I think it's all how people use them. People use them for the shorter term stuff, too. But right. No. I'm with you. That's why I said... Did I say it today? That cupception? Did I make a note? Yeah. Cups. There's tons of cups, right, Justin? And first of all, I agree. This one is the most meaningful one. Look at this. This is one of the biggest. This might be one of the biggest cups I've seen. This is the most meaningful one. But indeed, this is yet another one. And then you go down. You go down to that's that one, right? And then you go down to. Well, there's some smaller ones there, but those are the big ones. Those are the big ones, and I definitely agree. These are the most meaningful ones that you're seeing right here. Absolutely. Is that what you're saying? Those matter. Cup and handle is cup and handle. Right. Cupception. The massive, yeah, the massive one is that 3-year, for sure. Only applies long term. Oh, I don't think that. Oh, so that's two people who think it'll. Well, Justin didn't say only. Chris is saying only apply. Well, I'll keep scrolling. First of all, it's kind of subjective, the use case. Yeah, so Super Saucy sees it. That's what I was saying. Super Saucy sees it. There's a guy on the weekly, daily, and hourly. Like, they're all over the place. They're all over the place. I'll see if I can put something together. But I absolutely agree. This is the big one right here. And especially if it's the most important one too, especially if you're a long-term investor, right? Because the longer-term indicator, whatever it is, cup and handle, trend line, support and resistance, the longer term, the one that's been tested quite a bit, those are the more meaningful indicators. But they're also the more meaningful indicators for that a similar time horizon, right? You get a 3-year cup. It doesn't mean it's going to rise, although GameStop is rising smartly right now. But then if you're looking at another 2 years, that's really bullish. So if you're a long-term investor, huge bullish indicator right there. But then if you're just looking out for a shorter-term time period, which many people do, this is yet another one. Interesting that Chris thought it only applied to long-term. I know. Blessed says, remember when we were celebrating at 9 and 12. I remember that. I remember that too, Blessed. I remember that shit. These were big streams. We were really excited. We should still be, you know what I mean? Like, we're celebrating. He's talking about, we say 9 right there, 12, these ones right there. Those are big. And then we were like, oh shit, is this going to bounce back? And then it did. There were more celebratory ones. Great when you get back to them. You got to enjoy them while they're there. All else equal. Yeah, so super saucy. Yeah, cup and handles all over the place. They're all over the place. Cup and handle fractal. Absolutely. That Mandelbrot shit. Handleception. Oh, handleception could do that instead. It's like Inception or something. Okay. Am I way behind? Am I having a conversation? Am I way behind? Cups and handles. We could do cups and handles, cups and handles, cups and handles, like black and yellow. That has to be the next meme. Okay, all right. I'll see. I think I could do that. I gotta see. Sometimes I just need to find a good like base. You need to find a good base to build off of. Oh, Justin, I had looked. Justin was talking about that danger zone. I was looking. I couldn't find anything that was like easy to do. I think I didn't find anything that was easy to do for danger zone. I have sometimes I'll poke around. I'll look around, and sometimes like there's degrees of effort depending on what you're trying to do. And I didn't find anything that was a light lift. Interception. Oh, I have fun color breaking down. Was it River? Oh no, I wasn't. I must have been thinking about something else. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that one was looking good. I remember saying a while back. I remember thinking that seemed like that could have been a good play on the new consoles, and I wasn't paying too close attention to it. We were talking about it on the stream a couple months ago. I remember thinking it looked interesting. I can't remember, but I never did anything with it. Nice couple of days. Oh, it showed off our earnings only on an upgrade. Okay. Henry, what's up, Henry? Hope you had a nice week. Cheers. Spider Cat? Spider Cat? Cheers, Spider Cat. Yeah, that's what I think. There's definitely that short interest is. I mean, it has to be a collection, right? But even still, even at the collective $1 billion position is pretty big. But that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I know. So Rod's saying how he can't believe that some of those again, and it could have been the shorts are cycling around. That who knows? But I'm kind of this opinion too. Rod saying how it's kind of insane how more of that short position wasn't closed sub 4, sub 3, and that's kind of a tell for me. Maybe for Rod, it's a tell that their thesis was a zero. I mean, you're betting on zero at that point. And again, we don't know if they've been turning over. That's definitely a distinct possibility, but it's been so high for so long. I'm inclined to believe that it's been at least partially some of the same institutions, in particular, because this is a large short position now, that have been shorting it this whole time. And I think if you didn't close, you were betting on zero. And for me, zero is highly, highly, highly unlikely at this point. That I don't know. Is that the thesis that supported such a high degree of short conviction? I have felt is broken, and the short interest has only gone higher. So it kind of doesn't make sense to me. So I'm with you, Rod. I can't reconcile it either. That's why I keep on thinking I'm missing something, or it's not making sense to me. And when the price rose, Rod, they raised their position. They shorted more. It appears, unless it was just marginal. It could just be marginal shorts. I get that. I just would have expected on the smart run up. For not even, it didn't even drop below 60 million if I recall correctly. Yeah, well, a lot of us confused. Okay, Miles 2, Snow Carver, same. Yep. Uh-oh. It jumped. Okay. Where am I? Okay. Okay. Wait, if Jimmy rips Tuesday. Wait, earnings is Tuesday. Okay, so after hours Tuesday. Wait, it's after hours Tuesday, right? It's after hours Tuesday. So Danny asks, anyone worried we get more clarity on the Microsoft deal during earnings? And it's not. See, I actually don't think we're going to get much. I saw some people say that. I don't think we're going to get much more information on on the Microsoft stuff. Maybe a little bit, and maybe there'll be some follow-up questions because I realize this is the first conference call following the announcement, but I'm not sure how much they're going to disclose on that front. They'll maybe add a little bit of clarity. Maybe they'll share what they shared to investors who inquired. You know what I mean? Kind of share it on the conference call, maybe during the Q&A. But I wouldn't expect much. I wouldn't expect much more than that. Jeff, hey, welcome back, Jeff Amazon. Cheers, cheers, cheers. So really quickly before, you have to leave. Okay, no bet is ever a sure thing, but what gives me conviction is that the bull case seems to be much more thorough and well thought out than the bear cases. I agree. I mean, I agree, Jeff. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to hear all the different theses, the bull, the bear, who seems a bit more reasonable. When you're really dialed in, you can kind of quickly pick up on that. And I agree with you, Jeff. I haven't found any bear thesis particularly compelling. That doesn't mean that certain elements of the thesis don't make sense to me, but that collective bear thesis hasn't really been it just hasn't been that compelling. I don't know how much more to say about it. There had been certain historical bear theses where they're forecasting a really pessimistic outcome for GameStop this year, talking bankruptcy, talking they're not going to make it to the consoles, or they weren't going to be all that profitable. So far, the market is suggesting otherwise. So far. And I just think that was always a bad take to me. I said that in my first GameStop video that I uploaded. I'm like, what do you mean GameStop's not relevant anymore? Of course they're still relevant in that they're going to have a good chunk of the allocation of the new console. So that particular thesis, that one never really made much sense to me. And I always thought it was just people, I won't go into that. But there's more nuanced bear theses. And again, I don't think every aspect of them are totally ridiculous. I don't. But when I think like Jeff thinks, where just this high level, like what is it? What's more well thought out? Are they picking up on these different the optionality? That stuff's really tough to value and tough to assess. So some folks won't even value the optionality that a company might have because it's just easier to go that path. It is defensible. You could say, well, there was only a 20% chance GameStop might do this, or 30% chance they might do this. So of course I wasn't going to factor that in heavily into my model. And I'm like, but if they succeeded that 20 or 30%, it could be significantly higher. So you do have to it really needs to be weighted accordingly in a model. Whereas I think some folks are just writing it off, and I think that's a mistake for giving GameStop's unique position, the different optionality that they have. This has been a big part of my thesis, the different potential avenues they go down. So cheers, Jeff. I agree with you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jeff. See you. So it might be Tuesday, Jeff. Keep an eye out. It might be Tuesdays. So we can analyze everything in real time. But see you next week. I appreciate that, Jeff. Have a nice weekend. Okay. Rod. I didn't say it today, did I? Porsche. Rod taught me that. Rod keeps me in check on this front. I said it. Sometimes I definitely slip, Rod. But you're in the back of my head trying to remind me. Porsche. I hope I said that right. It's a pet peeve of Chris too. Thank you, Rod, for saving me. Aaron. Hey, cheers, Aaron. Happy Friday. But okay, open insider question. Sick. It means I believe it means option exercise. I don't see one here. You got a ticker? I can pull it up real quick. I think OE means it was an options exercise. Because you know why? Here you go. Let's see if this is it. DM. I think it's option exercise. I don't know. Yeah. Aaron, I'm gonna assume this is what you're talking about. So I just use GME as an example. You see an OE, so that I think that's they exercise some of the options they received as part of their compensation package, and then they sold. So that's a different type of a sale on the open market of shares you held, right? Because it may be, hey, this was part of your compensation. They're just trying to get the cash, so they execute it, they sell it, they take the cash. It's just a little bit different, and so I like that. And you have to denote it as such on your Form 4 filing. If you can watch this. Hey, Aaron, you might know this, but you can click it. And you can actually click this one, and you can actually see the filing. It's sick. And so years ago, I had kind of dug into it. You can see some SEC instructions on how to read a Form 4. I forget everything. But like each little column, like what does D mean? Indirect or direct? I do remember what that means. But what does like G, M, and S? What do these codes mean? You can find it if you do some Google searching for what it's worth. I don't know where the OE shows up here. I kind of forget. The right to buy. Maybe this is at the stock option right to buy. You definitely always want to check out the response. Like, I'm always reading these responses, these footnotes down at the bottom. Really, I'll only dig in if if it calls for it. I'm not looking at every single one or anything like that. But yeah, so that's what it is. Good question. I'm big on Open Insider. I'm a huge fan. Cheers to Open Insider. It's a free site and everything like that. It's just been a huge I shared this in my those investment style videos that I uploaded. That in the tools video too. I talk about Open Insider, how I use it. So if you're curious. Oh, it's my screen. The Big Dipper, the big cup and handle. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, it just jumped ahead to me, but I'm seeing Snow Carver leaving. Peace out, Snow Carver. You have a nice weekend. See, Super Bowl Tuesday. Ooh, nice. See if I can do something with that. You know what I mean? Kind of like getting geared up for the big game. Yeah, we can call it that. All right, let me scroll back up. Oh, I'm not that far behind. Oh, sick. Insurance. Some cups hold coffee. Some cups hold more cups. Sure. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, I appreciate you sharing this, Chris. These aren't facts, right? A lot of it is subjective. Chris saying, I always thought it was months minimum for a cup and handle, but I used to be a carpenter, so what do I know? That's still okay. I don't even know. I don't think this is stuff. It's kind of how people use it. It's how you use it. So it may be. Maybe it's a larger chunk of people do only use it for longer term, and I didn't realize that. I do know people use it for all, and that the longer term ones are more meaningful. Again, I think that's for any indication. But indeed, it could be that quite a few people discount the very short-term ones. That could be. So I always appreciate people sharing. Tim Hayden, good evening. Happy Friday, Tim. There you go. John Dunn, cheers, Dunn. I see scalpers and short-term traders using cups, but whether they are right or not, I have no idea. Same for me, John Dunn. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know either. I see people use them, and I know them too. But who knows? That's what I mean. There's no real right or wrong. It's just people using them. That's all. Elliott Wave. Oh, I have not done Elliott Wave stuff. That was that part of the book where I'm like, I don't know. But I'd be curious if anyone has Elliott Wave analysis on it. A nice movie title, Betting on Zero. Oh, can I do anything? They thought it was Blockbuster. Hey, we get some good taglines here, Blessed Spirit Justin. You know what I mean? They thought it was Blockbuster. Betting on Zero. But they didn't realize that what they need to do was show me the tendies. Nah, I ruined it. Yours are better. Fibonacci and channels. Yeah, that's the type of stuff I'm not doing either. That type of stuff too. Clearly not Blockbuster. Rigo, yeah. Well, we think that, Rigo, but so many other people think that. You're crazy for saying that, Rigo, right? Oh, all year long, Blockbuster this, Blockbuster that. I'm like, I don't think so. I know, Miles. Maybe you're right. I know, Miles. I think that too. Miles is sick of us saying, like, what are we missing? And Miles like, you're not missing anything. They messed up. They're fallible, and they just completely missed here. So I like to think that you're right, Miles. I do. And I am positioned such. But I think what really is throwing me for a loop, Miles, in particular, is that the short interest didn't decline. Is that in aggregate, again, maybe shorts closed and there were new ones piling on, but I'm like, how did it increase? But I hope you're right, Miles. I like to think that you are. If I'm reading this right, and I like to think that I am. Anyone know what movie that's from? Okay, so EO, welcome. Not an Elliott Wave technician, but believe we are in Wave 5 since November 16th-ish. I know what some of those words mean. What are there? Are there 6 waves? Is that what it is? Physical stock certificate. Oh yeah. Some physical stock certificates. Oh, that's probably a low probability that Polygon. I've heard people talk about that over the years, not so much for GameStop, but just taking that physical stock certificate as a risk management protocol. Oh, I got it right. Oh, Chris, I got it right. Porsche. Oh, that's close. Yeah, it's only because of Rod, I assure you. Oh, it just jumped. Danny, you got it. Nice job, Danny Ocean. Danny Ocean. You got it. Just jumped at me. I saw you get. I must be close though, right? I must be really close. Okay, yeah. Let me keep going. You can see my wave structure at StockTwits. Beating the. Oh, okay. I got 2 names to remember here. Beating the Dow. I posted on 11/16. Okay, EO. Thank you. I'm curious about that. Again, I don't use it, so I'm just curious about it. That's all. I wish I could easily add it. Can I? Elliott Wave? Oh, Snowcade was talking about this stuff. Wasn't he talking about Ichimo, this cloud stuff? I don't even... Oh, shit, it's right there. I thought I saw him using that. I don't know that stuff. It's got to be here, Elliott Wave, right? I don't know. All right, I'll check that out, EO. Thank you. See if I can track it down. What are you beating the Dow? Okay. More just for educational reasons, you know? Okay. Snow Carver's out. Peace out. Hey, Drasky. Welcome, welcome. A squeeze. What do you think chance of squeeze this? Oh, I think the odds of squeeze type stuff should... I think the base case should always be low. Because it's really hard to forecast that stuff, and it's very risky to bet on that type of a stuff. I can't even assign a probability to it because it's just such difficult analysis. I feel ignorant of that type of a setup. It seems like it has the characteristics that could. It hasn't happened yet. Is there a price target, a danger zone where it could trigger it? I have no clue. I just don't feel. I don't have high confidence in any opinion, any of my own opinions of something like that. So who knows? As someone who's bullish on GameStop and long, that would be great. Yeah, it's welcomed. It would be welcomed, but I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. I keep on wondering, are there folks out there who are well versed in something like this and they can make strong conviction forecasts on that? I'm like, maybe, I don't know. Nicholas, welcome, Nicholas. Positions maintained, it seems, yeah. That's what I'm thinking, Rod, right? Rod saying shorts are as convicted as the longs, as indicated by the level of their short interest rate. They won't fold until they see the irrefutable proof of the turnaround, right? And maybe at this point, Rod, we just need to get to the bottom of what does that proof look like. Rod has mentioned, and I have to agree to some extent, that it might be they need those cash flows to slap them in the face. You know what I mean? Maybe they just need to see it. Maybe they need to see Q4 positive earnings, like really strong. Maybe they need to see it. Maybe even that's not enough. Maybe that's not enough, Rod. Maybe it's not like strong Q4, strong Q1 free cash flows. Maybe they need to see some long-term execution of a turnaround type stuff, in which case it could take quarters and years. Right now it's kind of a discussion about what does it take for them to close, if at all. Some people would say, well, they don't have to close it ever, and they're right. Okay, but let's say that they were wrong looking over 5 years. At what point do they close? Why do they close? Definitely a part of, we're talking about fundamental type stuff, and that's probably the more important stuff, I agree, because you only get to that level of conviction based on, you don't get there based on just charts. You don't just get, you know what, you get there based, I don't even know what their analysis is. I just feel like it's different than ours. But I also think price action. I think if it gets to 2025, and they'll just say, well, it's because of whatever the Q3, whatever it was. You know what I mean? Like I've seen it happen in the past where just really strong price action shakes you out. On the downside too, where longs get shaken out on the downside. It's just too painful on the downside. Where even though you might have conviction, just like I can't take this anymore because it's just getting out of control. Maybe I'm wrong, and so that could be it too, where maybe there's some partial closures on a run-up. Whatever the hell is the reason for the run-up. Maybe it all happens at the same time. The reason for the run-up is that we have line of sight on a long-term turnaround plan, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But I agree with you, Rod. The most important thing there is they are as convicted as we are, and they're not going to fold it. Like they're not going to close just because the price is up 5% or 10%. I don't know. I still thought there would be a trim, so I feel like I'm all over the place on this. I agree. So Nicholas says squeeze is always possible, but not necessary. Yep. I don't know about. Well, that's the thing. There's always the question of how short interest is having an impact on the price. I don't know. I don't know. But I do agree that there's a thesis here absent of short squeeze, which is the most important takeaway, especially for me. The short squeeze had nothing to do with my getting involved with GameStop, right? It was the free cash flows that they're very, I felt very likely to generate in the near term, in the possibility of them potentially turning it around. I felt I felt personally very confident in that. And then I'm like, oh, well, there's also a huge amount of short interest, so that could maybe help drive the price too, but never a short squeeze type stuff. But now we've reached the point where you've got a price that's up over $1 billion now market cap wise, and the short interest is as large as it's ever been, and the setup is as bullish as I've ever felt it is. And I just think, oh, now I'm like, geez, well, even I have to increase the odds of it. But again, it's still a sideshow as part of my thesis. But I agree with you, Nicholas. It's possible. It ain't necessary though, not for many of our theses. That's what I mean. It's dangerous to bet on. If that's your only reason you're getting involved with GameStop, you got to be careful, because you might not get that short squeeze, like that very short-term run up, a parabolic move. Those things are rare. Those are rare. It could happen here, but they're rare. So you got to be careful betting on that type of stuff. But with this type of a thesis, fortunately, is that, hey, it's grounded in a fundamental thesis that could take time to unfold, but it's there. And there's this kind of squeezes that take time too, and then it's going to be difficult to part. Let's say the price rises. Let's say the price doubles over the past. Well, that's the thing. If you see shorts closing, I was going to say it can be difficult to break down a move. How much of it is contributed to Ryan Cohen versus the fundamentals versus sheer undervaluation versus shorts closing? They're all kind of going to get grouped together, I suspect, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm Rod saying tens of millions of incremental shares being bought will bring the price much higher than 30. That distorts any return to a conservative fair market value. So I don't know if they do close, if it's tens of millions incremental shares being bought, like, I don't know. It seems to me that there's not that much supply to just soak it all up, that it will drive the price high. I don't know what that endpoint looks like. Because you could have people trimming on the way up, right? They could be trimming. This is really difficult. I can't even do this analysis. I don't have any confidence. I don't know what that price target looks like if they're closing and stuff. Rod's done quite a bit of research, and he thinks it could even be much higher than that. Certainly over the long term, if they successfully execute on a whole bunch of these things, just look at Ryan Cohen's letter. Just as a hypothetical, if he was controlling stuff and he executing on his vision, the upside in a fundamental space is significantly higher than what it is right now. There still remains the question of whether they execute, but you know what I mean? Like, that stuff's a bit easier. That's why I'm hoping like a Jeffries or whomever, they share some major upside possibility. Did any of them? Not this one didn't. Telsey. But Jeffries clearly can see at least a counter of those packaged software sales, and I wonder what the upside could potentially be in that upside scenario, looking out a couple of years or something. I don't know. All right, let me keep going. I feel like I'm so close. I just can't get there. Just so many good comments that cause me to run with it. I don't see how debt is irrefutable proof. How paying back debt. Oh, what's it? At least in the medium term, seems expensive to maintain their positions. Management paints a convincing picture and guidance is good. The multiple will change, I'm convinced. Yeah, I wonder, a multiple change, like a changing your thoughts on the multiple, that might take a couple of quarters. You know what I mean? But if you're using 5 times EBITDA, I don't think you get to 10 times EBITDA. Not that you're suggesting this, Nick. I'm just thinking in my head. Like, to really view it significantly differently, I think we're gonna need a bit more. But even if it goes from 5 to 7 and your EBITDA multiple goes up, your EBITDA estimate goes up 20% or 30%, that's a huge change. But yeah, exciting week. Craig, happy Friday, Craig. Yeah. A lot of the shorts with the heavy short interest have performed quite well, right? I tweeted out that chart a couple of I don't even remember, weeks ago at this point, but what is it, that Goldman Sachs tracking a whole bunch of the heavily shorted stocks has been one of the best. That portfolio's been crushing it. You get like GameStop and Bed Bath & Beyond and a whole bunch of other ones. They've been performing quite well. Oh no, I was close. Oh no. Oh shit. Okay. The Ocean's 11. Okay, got that. Danny's got that. Will management give guidance? Okay. Some people did think they would. I don't think so right now. But that would be something. If they gave guidance and it was super bullish, that's a huge potential really bullish thing that could happen on this call. If they, let's say they gave guidance and it was even close, even if it was like, I feel like even if it was Rod's bear case, even if it was $2, like I don't think that people are factoring that in right now. I don't think so. Actually, I don't know so. I forget. This is the Q3 stuff. I realized that. Wait, do I have it up? Because I think I had seen their Q4 forecast. Wasn't it quite low? At least Telsey? Shit. I forget. All right, let me keep going. Yeah, so some people think, to Miles' point, that if they don't give the guidance, Ryan Cohen, he's got him where he wants him. You know what I mean? Like they need to give that guy. Maybe they don't. Maybe they do need to give it how they feel they need to give it. I don't know if they'll give it just because of Cohen though. Maybe. So I agree with this, Miles. Right? It behooves management to paint a rosy picture. I think we're all on the same page with that. And in fact, I'd have to say, I'd be disappointed if they didn't. Especially because now they got to the consoles. It's not just the Ryan Cohen thing, but I remember thinking, you got to start talking shit up. I think we said after Q2, I'm like, I was expecting a bit more. And then this whole past couple of months, I'm like, well, we got the Microsoft, we got some info on omni-channel type stuff, same store delivery. I thought that was really good stuff. That press release, I was like, wow, this is a really good press release. The Xbox All Access, all that. Then the Microsoft partnership. But still, I was expecting more than that. And now I'm hoping we get more on that front. But then also because Ryan Cohen has kind of stepped in here, that now they would because of that too. And if they didn't or whatever, and they really stayed their course and like, we're not going to talk stuff up, as an investor, I'm like, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? We've been kind of giving you a pass because you've been doing a good job executing on these nuts and bolts types things, but the consoles are here. You gotta tell that story. So I'm not so much sure how much guidance plays a role in that, but I would agree that if it's a really bullish guidance, then it certainly helps. Yeah, no, I don't think they. So Gats asked that. Do I think they're afraid of Cohen, so they give guidance? I doubt that. Oh, so Steve thinks no guidance equals sell-off. Wow. Why, you think so? Well, in that case, I just said I don't think that they will. So interesting. Oh, EOS Elliott wave's not an indicator. You have to draw it yourself. Oh, I'm too lazy for that. Don't you have to mark it 1, 2, 3? Oh, I can't do that. Okay, I'll check yours out, EO. Thank you. Yeah, they might not care about the sell-off, exactly. So Gad's saying management team might not care about the sell-off. I'm with you on that front. They might not care. I don't give a shit. They might not. Remember, it's sold off every single time this management team has spoken on a quarterly earnings call. Every single time it has sold off the next day. And this is what Burry brought up. This is what Cohen brought up. They go, look at the level of short interest. Look at how the market is treating your stock. They don't believe in you. And so far it has appeared management doesn't give a shit. Management doesn't care. For better or worse, you know what I mean? Like for better or worse, maybe we don't give a shit and they're focusing. But when you do that you have a Cohen type step in. I mean, you know what I mean? Like retail investors, like whatever, but like there's other large investors out there who see the same thing. I was encouraged by that, right? Because we had our own thoughts on certain things, like, you know what I mean? Management's been executing a lot of stuff, not beyond reproach, blah, blah, blah. I feel as though there's some things they could have been doing better. And I'm like, does anyone else see this too? It seems like other folks would see this too, other investors. So when a Cohen steps in, I'm like, all right, so there were some things that they could be doing better. I'm never quite sure because I'm like, they didn't care. They don't care. But I'm like, do they not care and that's a good thing? Or do they not care and it's an issue? I wasn't quite sure. And now Cohen stepping in makes me think I assign a little bit of a higher probability to it's an issue. But it might just be a small issue. That's yet to be decided. I don't know. Yeah. Steve says they might not care, but Cohen's right there. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. But I think they talk up other stuff. I'm not so sure about guidance, y'all. And again, it's because they said they weren't going to give it. They said they weren't going to give it for the rest of the year. I'm not sure Cohen is enough to change their mind on that. Hey, what's up for class? Oh, there's more than 22 days left in the quarter, though. There's more than 22 days. It will go through January, too. Maybe we were talking, happy Friday for class. We were talking maybe they will talk about November. They might talk about November. Maybe they'll have insight into November and they're willing to talk about it because that'd be cool, especially if it's great. Ah, shit. Okay, thanks for that heads up, Rod. Looks like I'm going to be checking out Snow Carver's. Looks like I'm going to be heading over to Snow Carver's Stock Twits tonight. Oh, earnings prediction for Q3. A positive EPS probably going to be tough, blessed. Some people think that they could. Some people think, I mean, they had the asset sale. There'll be a small gain there, but then and then you had they had some bump ups from for pre-ordering for the new consoles and stuff. But management did guide a softer Q3. They said that on the Q2 call. Part of the reason the stock sold off initially. So they guided for a weaker quarter. So it seems like it would be a tough to get positive earnings. So I'm not. I don't even really care about Q3. I don't care that much. It's Q4, Q1, Q2. We'll see how much the market cares, right? It doesn't. The market don't care what I think. Market cares what the market thinks, and how's the market gonna feel about that? All right, keep going there. Okay, I got that. Yeah, Miles talk about nuclear bomb. Not saying what happened, but there's a chance. I'm with you, Miles. Talk about a nuclear bomb at earnings. Shit. I mean, that's the ideal setup, right? They can pull that shit off. Some crazy news. That's the thing. They haven't stunned at a quarterly earnings call previously. They just haven't. Do they have enough ammo to do it this time? And now they're incentivized to do it. It's possible. For the first time, it's all right. Maybe there is something here, and even I think there's a lot of bullish optionality here. Will they do it? Yet we'll have to see. But I agree. I like the way Miles phrases that. That's right. I agree. They've been coy for so long, kind of giving us breadcrumbs. I don't know if that's what they're doing, like deliberately, or that's all they've been able to give us, Miles. I haven't been able to tell. Do you only have breadcrumbs to give us? What's taken so long to get some of this stuff out? And I've been wondering. Part of my thesis has been, Miles, that they were waiting to get to this stage for they unloaded some of that stuff. I have thought that, and here it is. Now it's December, and part of that was I was thinking we would have more by now, and we didn't. That doesn't mean it couldn't come next week. But let's say if the year ends and like the Microsoft news is like the big thing and the only thing, I'm like, what the hell? Like what? And so that's what Miles is talking about, that nuclear bomb. But they just unload a whole bunch of shit on it. But they haven't yet. We'll have to see. Yeah, I mean, I don't know of how much they've talked. I mean, drawing Q3 shorts, have them double down even more. I think that seems unlikely. I mean, you're just tossing it out there, Gats. I like that, but I don't think they're thinking that way. Yeah, I think it speeds that up. That's what I was thinking, Miles. It might the Cohen variable speeds up there, whatever it is they were gonna get to. Yep. Oh, you changed it. I was Zalaris couldn't change YouTube handle, made for class 10 years ago. Okay, well, for class. Oh, that's pretty funny. For class. That was the name you could. Oh, that's kind of funny. Yeah, you can come across those old usernames, 10 years ago. Wow. Oh, Aaron. Yeah, Aaron. Maybe it's a sign when the video view spikes. Aaron, we were joking about that a couple of weeks back. Where, first of all, cheers everybody. We got a good turnout today for a Friday night, right? I mean, as it's turning out, we didn't know this. This could be the final stream before Tuesday. Just a heads up, y'all, that we might leading toward maybe we'll do a Tuesday stream instead of Monday. But so it's good. We got a good turnout for this. But Aaron, we were joking that when the people who are viewing goes up, maybe that's who was it? Fox saying that, like, oh, that's a reason to be bearish. Obviously, he was just having a laugh. But maybe there's something there, huh? We'll have to see. We'll have to see in time. Yeah. Steve Tom talking about how it's already at 100% on that short interest. Yep. I think that more shorts. Good. These are all good comments. The comments are so good. It's slowing me down. We're going beer 2 tonight. Celebratory. Look at this. I gotta pour it over almost a 17 handle. 17 handle would have been sick. Oh, you know what we're doing, right? I mean, beer number 2 is always got to be the cat's meow. No doubt about that shit. Wait, where's the cat? Oh, I thought you could see the cat's face. Maybe you can't. It's just the cat's tail. Oh, shit. Yeah, they have. So, the question 2 stands too is not even just how much do they talk about with regard to their operations because of Cohen, but how much do they talk about Cohen? Right? We talk about that a lot too. How much is Cohen going to be discussed? I think not. I don't think all that much. And I think that his impact would be reflected in their commentary about Q3 and maybe Q4 type stuff. I mean, many folks would agree with that. Yeah, I don't. So yeah, this whole drawn in. I don't think the management team is thinking about that, especially like Steve said, with the shorts already at 100%. But yeah, as Rod says, how much more marginal shorts can you get? I mean, you can get much higher, but it starts to get kind of ridiculous. But I think it can go quite a bit. I just don't think that much. That would be marginal at this point. Yeah, I agree with Steve. I know, tinfoil hat. I like that we're all. It was Tinny here. I like that when we use that tinfoil hat because it's good. Like I said, it's good to talk through some of that stuff. But then we're like, it's unlikely. But you toss it out there, because then if it happens, you're like, oh shit, all right, it did happen. I didn't think it was likely. And then there you go. If they give guidance, it's gonna surprise me. Wow. I mean, I mean, you'll maybe. What if it's guidance that isn't that good? Well, they wouldn't give that guidance, right? You would think that they would only step in and give guidance if they have really good guidance to give. I suppose that's what would happen. Okay, so Miles tilts more. That's the thing. There's different types of squeezes. Miles tilts more toward a melt up for months, and some people already argue, although I don't understand why, that this is part of that melt up. It just continues. It's just timing. Trey, welcome, Trey. Cheers, Trey. Look at my bad pour job, though. Trey, I hope that's okay. Steve Stonk boiling it down to 2 things. Steve Stonk wants guidance or Cohen. Whoa, I mean, I like that. Wow. Slow burn like Tesla. Hey, Jorge's back. Did you check the tick? Did you share a ticker, Jorge? If you did, I missed it. You were telling me that ticker last stream, Jorge, but that wasn't a ticker. I couldn't find it as a ticker. If you mentioned one here, I missed it. Dream scenario type stuff, yeah. Is that the same one? Oh, man. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm not that far. Okay. Oh, man. It jumped on me. I'm having a tough time trying to get back to where I was. Rod, Trey, Jorge. Okay. RB long. No, so Gat's talking about few of the shorts, established net long, drop is the first down profit off the squeeze. Yeah, they can brush. Then they can brush Cohen aside. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like maybe they get some sophisticating trading strategy here that they we appreciate his input. Oh, they can brush Cohen aside. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, Gats. They kind of like brush it aside. We're implementing many of the ideas he already tossed out there. Let me toss that up again. We're already implementing many of the ideas he's talking about. That's how that's my base case, I'd say. Yes, we saw his thoughts. He's got a lot of good thoughts. We're already implementing on many of these already. You mean closer to the summer next year? Oh, I forget what that was, Nick. short any conviction. Oh, you working on a Superman meme? Sick, Steve. I'll keep an eye out for that one this weekend. Yeah, I think I tend to agree with this Polygon. Brush and Cohen aside is much easier if they can show surprisingly good results or good guidance, and much harder if they can't. I feel like they do it anyway, but I know what you mean. And yeah, they can go and be like, here's our results. Look at this. You forget about it. Yeah, we heard about it, but look at this. Isn't this really good? So they can kind of... I feel like they still do it anyway, but indeed, it's true. Hey, aloha. Well, what up, Search One? Welcome back. Happy Friday. Or happy Friday for you. That's still Friday. I always want to go 5 hours ahead, but 5 hours behind. Could offer a super conservative guidance too, yeah. And then they could beat on Q4, right? Dusty, happy Friday. Welcome, Dusty. That's right. Rod says that the bear thesis is hinging on management destroying massive shareholder value. At least the really strong, like the really low price targets, they are betting on that. They know what I mean? That's really aggressive that they're betting that not only can't GameStop not turn around itself, but what free cash flows they can generate will be wasted. Yep, it's like the old management team did. No guidance. I'm with you, Gats. Dang it, Trey. Hey, our coach, welcome back. How do you think the board feels about Ryan Cohen? I think they've done an adequate job so far, but his letter made it seem like they're out on their asses. That's right. So it was focused on Sherman, but he was critiquing the board too. Yeah, imagine when they didn't love it. I imagine they didn't love it. They know now, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely been talking to investors, right? Sharing his thoughts, investor confidence. That's right. Yep. Trey says you have to have investor confidence. Your company can be the best company in the world, but if people aren't reassured by management, then they'll bail. And that's part of what Cohen's getting at, right? He's like, yeah, they're not buying into you, for better or worse. You know, just because the market doesn't buy into you doesn't mean the market is right? That's the important thing. That's why there's these opportunities come about in the first place. The market isn't always right, but it can be an indication that something might be wrong, and that's the point that Ryan Cohen's pressing. They probably don't want him. He doesn't want a board seat. I think that sounds like they offered it to him. Vision, strategy, yep. Okay, Dusty's not thinking about guidance too. Yep. Bad Q3. Michael, welcome, Michael. So this is the tough question, right? Is a bad Q3? It could even be priced in. You know, this is that tough analysis. Could be, couldn't be. Is there even going to be a bad Q3? Danny says, yeah, you can avoid the Cohen topic during earnings, but that doesn't solve the Cohen issue. So that part's true. We have to address it eventually, so why not speak to it during earnings, spin it into a positive? Part of the reason, Danny, is because what Ryan Cohen is requesting, there's just no way they can provide this on an earnings call. They're not going to do this bolded item right here. You provide a credible and publicly available roadmap for cost containment, prioritizing. I keep on asking, what does that look like? Is it a presentation? What is it? What are they they're not gonna dedicate a good chunk of the conference call satisfying that, so it's not even possible, right? But I'm with you. You can avoid it partially, but you need to address it at some point in earnest. I think just because he's coming at you so hard, but maybe they're just like, whatever. You want to keep on. We're not gonna focus on Ryan Cohen. We're gonna focus on turning around this business. If you want to do what you got to do, Ryan Cohen, go ahead, and we'll see you in March and April when we're gonna vote on some of this stuff. You do what you got to do, you know. It would be great. I agree with you. Maybe turn it into a positive. Maybe they can spin it into a positive. It doesn't have to be. it certainly for shareholders could be spun into a positive by way of them just talking up their performance and everything like that, right? It's really, really curious. Yep. Never really, I haven't really been invested in a stock that's kind of, I mean, this is kind of unique in its altogether, right? Yeah. So Trey, I think this is part of it, right? Trey says he was saying that what management may be doing, they may be doing some practical things, but if they don't do something flashy, then no one cares about the stock. And I think that's part of the issue here, right, Trey? They might have been doing these practical, the right things and getting there, but you got to be telling a story. You got to be telling a sexy story that gets people involved, especially when your legacy business is in secular decline. You need to get investors interested in your company to survive. Yeah. I'm not so sure about Q3 specifically, but just generally, they haven't really been doing that flashy stuff that some of us have been like, shouldn't you be doing a bit more, even if you are on the right path, but like talking stuff up? And then Ryan Cohen says the same thing, like that. Then no one's buying into this, so maybe this is their opportunity to start doing that this time around. And again, it's not their focus. Their management's focus isn't the stock, though. Just to be clear, the stock price itself. That's what I mean. Like management, all these quarters, whatever. Short answer is whatever. They kind of just been focusing on this, for better or worse. Yeah. Anyway. Hey, what's up, Ronald? Happy Friday. We did talk about that rebranding a bit. Some people were saying it looks like Chewy. It looks like another company that Microsoft just purchased. Was it JT? Was it JT Smash? Or was it Smash GG something? Yeah, it sounds like some folks like it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh! I almost got up. Sick. Come on. Oh yeah. Pouring over the price behind me. Was that right behind me? Good. Cheers into that price. Okay, so Trey thinks it's more modern. Yep. That's good. I was curious to hear other people's feedback. How y'all reviewing the new logo? Kind of simple. I like that. You want that scalability in a logo too. Oh yeah, and management could start coming at Cohen too, saying that he's. I doubt they do it too aggressively, but couldn't say he's kind of interfering with our plan and stuff. But I doubt they do that. Dip, what up, Dip, Philadelphia. Anthony, what up, Anthony? Cheers. Hope y'all had a good week. Happy Friday. Happy 16 handle. Almost 17. What did we get up to? We got it right up. There wasn't much volume today. I saw some people talking about that. I thought that was a good take, but got right up to that 17.29. Then it was going up. Got real close. Retested. Just there was nothing happening today. All sequel though. Like to see it up. No, I doubt that. I think it's too big of a position, blessed, for the shorts to be too many retails. That's I know. Someone was saying that, blessed. That who was it? Jordan being like they had this big huge short position and they forgot it was still on. Jr. What up, Jr. What up? A bad Q3 and poor forward-looking outlook might send us in a downward. I don't know about downward spiral, but I would think that yeah, if you have guidance that isn't all that good, that could cause the stock to sell off for sure. Okay, so Dusty says, I think they bring up the Ryan Cohen letter solely to say, look at all the things we have already done that are in the letter. Basically, just to say it isn't relevant because they have addressed it. So that's definitely going to be part of it. They may look at all this shit he's listed. Bullet point. We did this. We're doing this. Look at this. We accomplished this. And then I wonder how do they frame it? But yep. Oh, our coats. You give me a potential meme. I don't know what that is. Who? Man, someone had mentioned it. I was trying to find it. Who mentioned these movies? And I was on my phone trying to look for who had. I forgot to write down the person who said it. But as soon as they went, I did some Google searches of those movies. This one. I apologize. I wanted a hat tip, and then I'm looking for it on my phone. Like, you try to scroll through the chat on your phone? I'm like scrolling through, and but I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good one. So I'll put that together. But cheers to if you get. I couldn't find it for the life of me. I'm like, and then I didn't get to my computer in time to go look to do it. But okay, so I don't know this one. Our coats. I'll make a note of this one just to Google it after. Okay. Rebrand. Close product share. Is rebrand just? Is there such a thing as that? Oh yeah. So Dip asking is there such a good thing as having good relations with hedge funds or large investors? Yeah. You do want that. You definitely want to please a lot of the stakeholders involved with the company, but including investors too. Or, what reasons would they not want to squeeze? I don't know if they're thinking of. I don't think this management team, Dip, is thinking about that squeeze. It's not so much that they don't want; they just don't care. I think they're focused on turning around the business and that type of stuff. I think to answer your question, I don't know. Number one, but number two is I don't think that they care. But you should. I've said this many times before. But if you're a management team, it's important to realize that a rising stock price is good. It is good because it gets investors interested in it. They're more willing to support a company that's on the uptrend. People are more bullish about it. You can tell a better story. In theory, GameStop wouldn't do this, but in theory, you could issue shares at a higher price. It gets people more motivated. And this is what Elon Musk has done with Tesla. He has told this sexy story that so many folks have bought into. Stock price continues to rise. People see the price rise and they want to get involved. He can issue more shares, raise more capital. That's a good thing for the business. A rising price increases the chance of success for a company. And that was the one knock against the management team. I was like, all right, you can not care and do your thing, but you need to acknowledge that a rising price would be good for your company. Yes, it's good for shareholders too, but it's good for it can benefit that turnaround. It can financially benefit that turnaround to get people willing to bet on it. In them, it struck me as odd is that it was almost like they didn't give a shit at all. That's why I say for better or worse, like there's some benefits to that. You can stay focused on what matters, and then I'm like, but at some point, you can also do both. And I feel like they could have been doing some of this other stuff as well. Okay. Oh, Space Burrito. Okay, yeah, you know that The Killer? I haven't seen this movie, but I'm intrigued. I think with the new tagline, you can get folks buying games to come. Well, I'm really encouraged by all your takes. I didn't have strong opinions. I liked it, but I didn't have strong opinions. Trey seems like a new logo, new tagline. You get basic folks buying games to come to GME right now. It's average belts. Okay. It is good that they rebrand. Oh, Space Burrito, was it you? Space Burrito, was it you? You of course. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Was it you, Space Burrito? I could, for the life of me, I couldn't. Yes. Oh, it was you. For the life of me, I couldn't find it. I'm embarrassed to say how long I was. It's tough on your phone. You gotta fast forward. Cheers, Space Burrito, and thank you for the idea. Oh, okay. If it's Space Burrito, I don't think I can't hat tip you on Twitter. I do it on the stream though. So hat tip to Space Burrito. You know, like sometimes they'll take time, and so I work them on at different times. But like I saved it like you had after you tossed out. I did a quick search, so like oh that one's good, and I can do it. I piece it together kind of quickly, and so cheers, yeah, cheers, Space Burrito, sick. I was, it's great. I saw the other ones. I saw the other two as well. I forget. Yep. Okay. Smash that like button. Thanks, Jorge and Trey. Just smash and destroy that like button. Yeah, the bullet ball. I had never heard them. I had never heard of them before. Space Right. The bullet ballets, over the top action that everyone, especially Tarantino, brought stage. So I was thinking that when I saw like this one reminded me of a Tarantino movie. Just this posted there too, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if this had an impact on Tarantino. But I figured it was like an action movie type thing, and I know he likes a lot of those types of films, and they've influenced his. I mean, especially Kill Bill type stuff, right? Even this had a little bit of a Kill Bill feel to it. But I'll have to check those out at some point. Yeah, like those the over the top action stuff, right? I'll have to check those out. Grandma's also okay. Rotate Switzerland, possibly. Okay, all right, caught up. 914. Okay. Sick. Oh yeah, what was this? What did he say? I did see he kept the neutral rating. Nintendo Switch strength, right? And so we were just saying this on a stream recently. Someone mentioned this, and I agree that Nintendo Switch is kind of not getting enough. It's not getting enough discussion. And GameStop's elite. You know what? I definitely just like this. Someone mentioned this. I think it might have been Rod. Let me go through some of these. Oh yeah, I thought this was a good point, James. 80 million. I mean, 80 million stood out to me. Where the hell is this? Okay, go. Oh yeah, so this was good. This was from Justin. Demand for discs and pre-owned games is not going away anytime soon. I agree with that. I think that people have done this, have gone too far, extrapolated it too far. Very long period of strong cash flow ahead. Yep. Per round. There will be a longer life with the PS4 that did not exist with the PS3. Huge quote right there. Thank you, Justin. Jen drew my attention to some of that stuff. That's when I was clicking through. It's still not. Yeah, okay. They went back to the old one. Okay, so this was when CVC saying how that was their forecast. In fiscal year 21 could easily be $7,005 plus for the full year, right? And then imagine the revaluation. Yep, I thought that was sick because I was able to check that out. Okay, this was it. It was from Rod, where Matt Piscatella was saying, they're getting all the headlines, but the extended sales strength of the Switch will likely be the real story of the video game hardware in holiday 2020. And then Rod said, who leads in the domestic Switch market share and allocation? It's a huge, yeah, that blockbuster. It's a huge boon to GameStop, right? Because they are a leader in that Switch type stuff, but also they tend to skew more physical. A lot of physical is a good chunk of that share. There's a large used games market for that type of stuff, and it's been a big benefit to GameStop, and it will continue to do so through Q3, through Q4, the holiday season. I'm surprised Matt's even saying. I mean, that will be the real story. That's fascinating to me. When was that? Yesterday? The real story of the video game hardware in holiday 2020. Just tremendous demand for that, and that's good for GameStop. And then if they do come up with another one, I mean, we're months or even quarters away from that, but that's just an added benefit for GameStop that, again, people aren't talking about that too much. Not that I blame them. It's not like it's been formally announced or anything like that, but something that's on my radar. Oh, yeah, that was Dimitri model. Oh, that's just some asset class performance. I think we talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that one. Okay, that was that. Was there something else I was doing? No, that's what I was wanting to look up. That Switch stuff. That Switch. Let me X out of this stuff. Not much. There's not been much insider buying, huh? Anyone keeping an eye on that stuff? Not much for. Oh, another PBFX. Okay, not much. That's the logistics arm. Yeah, I keep an eye on that, but not really much for the stocks that I'm tracking. And of course, now they're starting to break out. I did see Foot Locker. Oh, I did see this FTK. This was that was Nuremberg. Nuremberg again. Oh, it was him. 100K. Oh, I saw this one too. That was 80K. Oh, it was the same day. Filed different days. Wow. Okay. Switch Pro is. Oh, that's what I was hearing too, Dusty. Dusty's saying the Switch Pro is in February to April based on rumors. Bloomberg had reported on that too. And when would I would think that if it was as early as February, they would have announced it by now, right? That's what I was thinking, Dusty. But even still, for me, I'm like, all right, could that be on the horizon here? But I as a matter of I have to discount that. But I continue to think that GameStop's undervalued. So that would just be an added benefit to it if that comes, and GameStop's a big beneficiary of it. Oh, I missed this. Did you see the bullish news about Xbox being able to pre-download games that you don't own, which will benefit disc game purchasers? Talking about oh. But the first announcement, no, I'm not sure I did. It was announced and then released within a week. Well, really? Within the week? People do that, Dusty? Holy shit! Announce it and release it within a week? Oh, oh man, I don't know this. I don't know this well enough. Oh shit! Okay, I guess these aren't as big as the consoles. Switch 2 will be in Pro version in June-ish. Okay, but first half of the year within a week. Okay, within a week of the announcement. Wow, I didn't realize that. Thanks. Okay, so in that case, that's still on the table. Okay. Okay, I want to update. I want to tracker. Yeah. That's true, Trey. Right? It's not a full refresh, just like an update to a model. That's true. So you definitely don't need as much time. That's true. Damn, energy cranking. Holy Toledo, huh? Glad I got that energy explosion in the Roaring Kitty model portfolio. Okay. I feel like I don't even need to pull up all those charts because we pulled up all those charts a week or two, maybe 2 weeks ago at this point, but everything's definitely all up. I'm almost waiting for an inflection. You know what I mean? For something to change, and then I'll revisit all those charts. But I'm like, everything is just like if I pull up these indices right here. Let's pull this one up just real quick. Let me just crank through real quick. There's the S&P 500 versus the Wilshire 5000, right? So S&P even given some back relative to the broader market, even oversold. Wow. For the first time in over 5 years. Wow. Relative to the Dow. NASDAQ versus the New York Stock Exchange kind of leveling off there. Bearish, what do you call that? It's going the up. How strong is this? Divergence, bearish divergence, where the RSI is heading south, but the stock price is still holding up there. Oh yeah, 4K. I was just talking to my nephew about. Can someone quickly? I meant to look this up. I had just sat down, but the standard version of the consoles of PS5 has the 4K, right? But the digital version, it's not the true 4K. Is that correct? I was trying to relay that to I was talking to my nephew about that, and I believe, you know what I mean, like the true native 4K was only for the standard, but like the digital one, there was a catch to it, I thought, and he really wanted the 4K, and so he was like, well, digital version's out. I'm like, yeah, well, it better be. You going disc all the way. I'm just kidding. 4K support is exciting. Yep. The rumored for the Switch they're gonna have the 4K support. Holy shit! Nice. Upgrade to RAM and the core. Okay, so there are other upgrades too. Oh, marijuana investment. If so, they pop on the news today. Oh, what was the news today? Did I miss it? Let's see. First of all, did marijuana pop today over here? I forget what I'm using to track that. Both digital and disc get 4K native, I thought. Oh, do they? They didn't pop. There was solid movement across the group by on. Oh, okay. I do have something here. Oh yeah. Oh, flat today. But let me check this chart. I think I did add one. Didn't I add Canopy? I thought just based on the chart. I think I did. Let me check. Oh, okay. This is a marijuana ETF. So this is a meaningful breakout. This was right around election time. We were noting that. It looks like it's still holding. It's still holding for now. But let me do, what was it, CGC or something? Yeah. Okay, I think I did. I think I added it. I think I added it right around. I missed. I just bought on the breakout because I that's one of those industries where I don't have strong high conviction. I just thought the industry's kind of beaten down. A lot of these are going to be losers. Like think about like long-term type stuff. Some of them, there's probably going to be lots of mergers and stuff, but it could be in the early stage of a long-term. I don't want to say long-term, but like it seems to be a nascent industry, and people are excited about this too. You've heard me talk about cryptocurrencies in that light, even Tesla in that light, and I kind of group. You see me, I got it right on here with the space stuff. I got Canopy right below, Virgin Galactic, blockchain. Like when people get excited about that stuff, look out. And when that happens, I think the charts, I weight them even more heavily. I'm pretty sure I bought CGC, so let me look. What? No, I did, didn't I? Is it not updated? I thought I did. All right, I got to double check on that. Not a big position or anything like that. I just, in the same way that Bitcoin, what's Bitcoin? Look at this, Bitcoin's, okay, so Bitcoin kind of stalled out just a little bit. Now it's 16, but it was the same thing. Well, it was like a starter position kind of. Man, that's really cranking, huh? Look at that. Look at that. Ooh. Man, I could have sworn. I was like right around 25. I remember thinking, all right, let's just do this. One of those false memories. Y'all see Westworld? What do they call those? It's got a name. There's a... I can't think of the name right now. Oh, from the harmful substance list. Wow, it was still on the harmful substance list? Oh, wow. Oh, if they pass the bill, make them pop. Okay, yeah, I'm not too dialed into it right now. Okay, is this one PL and HF? I'll pop that up. CGC. What was interesting is that a lot of them look, a lot of the stocks, because someone brought this up a couple. Look at that chart. You know what I mean? That this is a 1 year, but they started to break out. Now it's a little bit overbought. I don't have that one. %. Oh, 20% or less chance. Okay, currency will not pass it. Correct. Okay. Doesn't go to check down his stuff. It is Friday night stream. It is Friday night stream. Doubt that they will. Okay. All right. Oh, I appreciate the getting brought up to speed there a little bit. I could have sworn that the other ones in the industry weren't, the charts weren't looking as good, but CGC looked like it was looking good. I think that was just on the share chart. Also, I like the market cap. So with as a risk management strategy for me, some of the best opportunities are. I mean, for me personally, I don't even really like the really small companies. I feel like it gets to be a bit too risky for me, where even I can build a strong, like a heavy position. But when I'm not super dialed into an industry or a sector or a company, I might lean toward a larger company. And one thing I liked about CGC was it had a larger market cap, because I feel like there's going to be many losers in this industry. I haven't not digging into them. Just my quick take. What do they say? 10,000 foot view. There's going to be a lot of losers in this industry, and I think that the ones that are more likely to be the winners are the ones that are bigger. Simple as that. Very simple thesis. And I'm just like, Canopy, 10 billion. Also, their chart was looking quite a bit better than some of the other ones out there. Boom, good enough for me. And maybe they don't win. It's not like I didn't dig into them or anything like that. It's just a play on the space. Know the type of trade that you're doing. For me, it's a trade on the marijuana play, breaking out on the chart, and then that's it. And so you might. That's the thing. So, but the same thing with Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin's right there. This is a trading opportunity. I think I need to trim, right? Trim. Look at this, overbought. This is on the weekly. Retesting the former resistance. This seems like classic. This seems like classic trim. I think I will. I'm still thinking though. I'm not so sure that this is it though. I remember thinking like it could continue going higher, right? It wasn't like I had a 19,000 or 20,000 price target. I didn't. I just thought, oh, that's resistance. Boom, trading opportunity. I'm not an expert on any of this stuff or whatever. Boom, trim it. But then if it breaks out, like we were talking about with GameStop, you could do like a stop buy type thing. Not a recommendation, just saying people do this. And even I was thinking about, oh, maybe you break out above this. Boom, then you can keep on running. And then how high could it go? Who knows, right? From a chart perspective, if you've broken through to a new all-time high, you can just keep on running. All right, I think I got to trim that. I think it was a double. I think it was a quick, or like 80% or something in like 2 months. Kind of silly. I know a lot of people saw that. It's kind of silly. You know what I mean? Like you saw the breakout. It was like right here. I think I bought in that. Oh, let me do this. I couldn't believe it got as big as it did. I think because I added. That was because I added. You know what? I mean, they don't work always this cleanly. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was like, here was at 15. No, it can't be a double. No, it's not a double. It was like 13, 14. It was like 13, 14. 50%. We'll call it 50%. 60% maybe. But a quick 6 week, like, they don't usually work that cleanly. But that's the thing, like something like Bitcoin, things that are tough to value, the market's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know, follow the chart. And I think you're seeing it a little bit with GameStop. I think you see it with Tesla. You see it with a lot of those ones. That's right. I agree, Dusty. Cheers to that. Friday's got a different feel. It's got a different vibe. You're vibing different on a Friday night stream. I feel you, Dusty. Got 2 beers. I mean, come on. Well, let's do this. Let's do this. We're doing this Friday night stream. We're doing this real time. Can I do it? Can I do it with audio? Am I gonna Steve Stonk? Should I do this with audio? Oh, you got a part 2 already? Sick. Oh, I just don't want it to get taken down. Sometimes, Steve, have you seen that? Like sometimes the memes, they're like better with the audio. Sometimes they're better without. Okay, do it with the audio. Okay. Sometimes they're better with the audio. Sometimes they're better without the audio. It's like it kind of depends. I don't know if they're gonna. Steve, the only reason I wouldn't do it with the audio is if they're gonna take. Are they gonna like? They're not gonna take down the video like they did with the other one. I hope not. But, I mean, it's hard to argue that this isn't worth it. Hell, well, everyone, whoever wants to watch this, I don't know. I don't know either. Everyone who wants to watch this, we'll all play it at the same time. Pull up. You go to StockTwits. You search, search Steve Stonk right here. It's his latest post. Actually, I think it's right. If you just go to StockTwits and go to GME, you'll pull it up. We'll watch this at the same time. Let's do it. All right. So let me give everyone a minute, Steve. Let's get everyone. We'll all start at the same time. Maybe we're a little bit off by a couple of seconds, and then I'll say go. We'll all watch it just to avoid, because Steve, we pulled up some videos a couple of weeks ago on a Friday night stream, and damn salute. Damn, salute your shorts. Salute your shorts banned the video, and they had to edit it out, and the chat got lost, so I've been trying to avoid that. And so, oh, great. And Steve, thank you for uploading this during. All right, here we go. I'm gonna full screen it. Can I full? What if I full screen this? Ready? Okay. 5, 4. Yeah, Viacom. I think it was Viacom, does he? 3, 2, 1. Oh shit. All right, I'll do it with the audio. But if we lose, I'll do it with the audio. But if we lose the chat, all right, we'll say it was worth it. This is a Steve Stonk bean. If you ask me, it's worth it. So let's do this. Hold up. I don't know if I can get it that loud. I can't. I wasn't. Oh, here we go. Ready?
I exist only to protect Krypton. That is the sole purpose for which I was born. And every action I take, no matter how violent or how cruel, is for the greater good of my people. I'm going to make them suffer, Cal. These humans you've adopted, I will take them all from you, one by one. You're a monster, Zod. And I'm gonna stop you. I was bred to be a warrior, Cal. Trained my entire life to master my senses. Where did you train? On a farm?
Oh, what an ending. Oh, shit, what an ending, Steve. Oh, boy. Where did you train it at? That's not... Cheers, Steve Stonk. Wait, Roaring Kitty. In the Roaring Kitty stream, we made it. We made it to a Steve Stonk mead. A Steve Stonk meme. Oh, man, it's a meme video. Cheers, Steve. That was terrific. If you enjoyed that, you gotta go here. You gotta click on Steve Stonk's name, and you gotta go watch all of his other ones. And they're hilarious, especially if you're down like. Oh shit! Can y'all still see me? I just got a warning that says heads up. We've detected. Let me know if you can see me. We've detected copyright audio and video in your stream. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. I hope we didn't do it again. All right, well, let's just see what happens. This is a good test. Usually, it looks like most of them. There's not like it can't be monetized, which is fine. It just sucks when they get blocked, when the video gets blocked. So let's see. This is a test. Everything's a test. It's an experiment. Let's see what happens. But as long as you'll let me know if there's any issue or whatever. Oh, it went away. I think it went away. No. Steve. It's worth it. It's worth it. For a Steve Stunk meme, Roaring Kitty Stream made it in there. Totally worth it. What I was gonna say, if you haven't seen Steve Stunk's other memes, he's done a whole bunch of them. They're hilarious. And clearly, Steve, what you've been doing, which is great, he's been update, like, as he does new ones, he updates it with new information, like, that's been coming out, which is great. I mean, it makes it even funnier, right? Like, the upgrade, like, you can tell you just made it this week. Oh, and so there's going to be a part 2. Sick. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that one. Ah, so funny, Steve. Like, how often are you so dialed into stocks? You're just not that much. It's just, you so rarely are, so which makes it so much funnier. Because, you know what I mean? They're funny as it is. Oh, am I still on? Oh, Polygon, you're just coming back. Okay, so check these out. He's got a ton of them. Oh, they're so great. I've seen some other good ones out there too. It's been so funny. Yeah. They've been kind of. We'll see what happens. This will be a good test, Steve. I'm glad we even did it. I kind of want to see what happens. Y'all still, the stream's still going on, so at least it didn't break the stream. I'll know that for moving forward. That we can at least show it. I didn't know YouTube will give me a real-time alert. Hey, heads up, don't do that, and then we got it. Ah, this is good. There were so many good parts. I want to go through. Hold on. I like the intraday moves and stuff. I have no clients. Bankruptcy rumors. There's so many like of the red ones you can use. There's only one way this may go. Either your fund dies or mine does. Oh shit. Oh, Steve, these gonna be classics. Oh, I missed an Easter egg. Oh, Steve, I like those Easter eggs where he gets hit into the sign at the end. Oh, I missed it.
Trained my entire life to master my senses. Where did you train? On a farm?
Oh, I missed it again? Oh, it was before that. Oh, number of days since I missed it. Number of days since last short. Oh shit. Did y'all see it? What's this? $100 days since the last show. Oh, so funny. Melvin is very familiar with Cohen. They were long short. Yeah, someone had posted that or some of the analysts past stuff too. I like to see that. Like Pat. Oh shit! I just got detected again. Shit! I should have muted at that time. When you get to 1,000 subs, you probably okay. Thanks for the heads up, Trey. To keep monetization. Oh, okay. Oh, you can lose your monetization altogether. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. Okay, so you got to be careful with that stuff. It makes sense that you got to be careful with it. I'm kind of just learning as I go here. I just like test it, see what YouTube says and does, and oh, it's on their Wikipedia. Okay. How do you think when the short position of Barry and Tesla? Yeah, I wonder when he put it on too, Hugo. I wonder when he put it on. That short position, like how long's he been short? And then he chose to announce it now. Right now, the chart's still bullish, and I mean Barry would agree with that. But at some point, you can still step into that. Right? Yeah. YouTube can't tell the difference. That's. So I think we'll be okay. Well, we'll have to test this. That even though they have great, YouTube can't tell the difference. I think we'll have to test. I don't think we'll break the chat. I think the chat only got broke for those other ones because I had to edit. If you have to edit a stream, it breaks the chat. But I could have. I've seen the chat not appear. I didn't edit anything. I could have sworn in some earlier streams. Maybe I checked it too soon after. That's what I was thinking. I didn't go back to check. But I could have sworn sometimes where'd the chat go? And there was no edits. It just didn't show up. But maybe it's because I checked it right after it uploaded or something. sometimes I think it maybe takes time. Anyway, I don't think, and the only reason it had to be edited is because of the salute your shorts ones. It wasn't just the cover. I think it was like completely. You can't show this. You can't even show the video or anything like that. And so then YouTube did the automatic edit and all that stuff. In this case, unless it's as bad as that one, because there was a second thing that happened during that stream too, where I didn't have to edit it. It just said, hey, you got a copyright thing on there. You can't monetize this video, but you don't have to. I don't think I had to edit it out or anything like that. So we might be okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, talking about Tesla. So there are many value investors out there who are short Tesla, right? Many value investors out there. And I don't have, it appears to me very difficult to value in, you know what I mean? Number one, very difficult to value. Like I said, with many of the like cryptocurrency type stuff, marijuana type stuff, because it's such a nascent industry. Even Tesla it's such a, I mean, it's evolving, but I think I've heard the latest thing is that Tesla is not just like an EV, but it's more like, I mean, it's not just a car company, but it's much bigger than that. I'll see. Come back to it. Yeah, honestly, the thing that sticks out to me most with Tesla is the market cap. It's kind of, I mean, almost $1 trillion. I mean, not almost $1 trillion, but over $500 billion just the number alone seems really high to me, right? Based on its profitability, which there's not much of it. So that itself, but at the same time, it's also really difficult to value, right? And people are really excited about it, really passionate about it. Elon Musk, talk about storyteller stuff, one of the best out there as far as getting people interested in the story. So for that reason, it's been very difficult. It's been a very dangerous short to step into. When you have all those variables, when you have a really compelling chart, you have a compelling storyteller leading everything, you have a company that's really difficult to value, those can be dangerous shorts. Those are difficult to do. I've never been short Tesla. I mean, I don't short that much as it is, but if anything, I would have gone long Tesla. I never did, and now it's easy to say in hindsight, I get that, but if you do many case studies, just look at it from a technical perspective, it's traded true to those charts, just like I've pointed out some other ones tend to as well. And it can be just risky. At the end of the day, though, at some point, some charts just break down, and then that's it. And then valuation wins out over time. And the way that GameStop's value can win out over time, so can a short position. And if indeed the short thesis is legitimate, right, and that the valuation of Tesla is much lower than a $600 billion market cap, then it will happen. And then in which case, the thing is, you got to time that right. Like with shorts, you got to time it. You got to be really careful with your timing, and it's almost a safer short, not at the peak levels, but once it's broken down. This is the thing, the chart has never really broken down for me. I don't believe it has. Let me just see. Let me do a 10-year chart, 10-year weekly. It had always, okay, now we're reverse split, which is just crazy. But it was really holding this $38 just post. I forget. It was like, wasn't it like 260, 270? It held it this whole time. It was holding it. It had a little bit one dip where maybe a 2-week drop, but then it bid right back up. That's kind of bullish. It's holding its own. And then it kissed it again, held it. And then it goes up. Okay, now we're at a new level. Never breaks out, never breaks out, never breaks down, never does anything. There's nothing to do with this. Then it comes down, and wouldn't you know, it retests. It doesn't break through. It didn't break through. Remember everyone talking about that sell-off? And I'm like, holy shit. And then boom. Stream still, okay, still going. And then when it broke out, huge bullish. And that's what I mean. Like where has the opportunity been to sell? And then not here, because everything was selling off in February, March. If anything, it was retesting previous resistance, and that's bullish. And then it took off. Everything has been bullish on the chart. So I can't even imagine. Barry's already short, so that's Barry. So don't listen. What's Roaring Kitty got to say about this shit? I'm just sharing with you my interpretation of this stuff, and I'm like, where's the opportunity? I want to see something break down. When they announced that they at first didn't get into the S&P 500, I thought, okay, there's a negative. Now it's in it, right? So that kind of felt. Now it's breaking out. But what you're seeing a bit of a bearish divergence on the RSI. This is the weekly too, so this is kind of meaningful. You had this big breakout back then, and then it got back up there really bullish earlier this year. Not quite as bullish back in August. Not as bullish right now, but it's breaking out to new highs. It's something to watch. But if this chart breaks down, I'd say especially if it starts breaking down below 400 again, you miss out on the first 30%. But like me personally, I'd feel more comfortable with it at that point. But then there's the also question, like, I'm just saying from a the first question of should you even short, right? I'm just saying that if you were to. But that's the thing. I haven't dug into it to know what fair value is. I don't know it enough. Like I say before, I don't care. I just know a lot of people like to talk about it, and I usually like to avoid stocks like that. Now, GameStop is kind of a weird one in that light, but now more people are talking about it. But I just don't know the space particularly. Is Hugo here? Yeah, Hugo's here. Hugo knows a bit about this space, but I would suspect that Bori's shorting it based on the valuation part of it, right? In which case, he probably has drastically different assumptions as far as what its future free cash flows will be. It seems as though Tesla would need to reinvent itself as a actually, can I just pause for a sec? One thing that stuck out to me with Tesla was the didn't they buy Solar City? That's a red flag. That was a red flag for me at the time. Then the stock price has only crushed it since then, right? I mean, it's up significantly. I mean, I forget when they did it, but that was like, I'm like, wait a second, was it Solar City? And that was a red flag for me. That's the type of stuff from that's one of the biggest red flags. I mean, there's the questionable valuation stuff, right? But again, I haven't dug into it. But it seems to me they might need to reinvent themselves to get to a $600 billion fair market value, right? Don't you need to, as just this auto company? I don't know. Y'all might know more about this than me, but I'm thinking I don't know if there's enough free cash flows down the line based on its current business model to substantiate that. Maybe let me know if you disagree. But I remember thinking that's Solar City. That's the type of stuff if y'all read financial shenanigans. Well, it's not financial shenanigans. That's more focused on metrics and stuff to keep an eye on. But still, it's good for that type of analysis. But when you start, it's like, I mean, I can see the case for saying. Okay, thank you, Dusty. So Dusty's confirming. Bought Solar City, rolled it into Tesla. You know what I mean? Like, those aren't really they're not that closely related. And then when you have the same executives, obviously it's Musk, but that's questionable. And I didn't dig into Solar City. I'm not an expert on Solar City. I just think this is surface level analysis, right? This is why I say take it with a grain of salt. But I'm just saying it's a good rule of thumb for that to be a red flag. That's not to say to short or anything like that, but like that should pop up on people's radars. And of course, the stock price has only crushed it since then, right? It's been has it been a 10 bagger since then? So, yeah, the timing of it. Really, the only indication I'm seeing is this breakdown on the weekly. What if we do monthly? Monthly still decent. Still decent. But what one thing I'd point. So one opportunity that could be here is, remember how we were saying how it kind of seems as though the trend is kind of turning a bit in favor of commodities, the U.S. dollar's breaking down, small cap value. One additional thing that could be with that is that what had previously been working stops working. That's not uncommon, right? This was like kind of like the tech bubble type thing, where not only were those same types of assets outperforming in the next couple of years, but obviously tech companies were getting hurt, and so you might see something to watch. Just watch. As if these current asset types continue to outperform with the previous ones, like high growth type stuff, like EV type stuff, would those start underperforming? It hasn't happened yet. Look at Tesla. Tesla's breaking out to new highs these past couple of weeks. So something to watch where they I don't know. But the other ones, they're really starting to prove that the sentiment's starting to turn into their favor. And I just can't help but think, but maybe capital will be pulled from what had been previously successful spaces and put into that one over time. Something I suppose I'll watch. So that includes a number of these, right? I saw, was biotech breaking out too? I think I saw biotech breaking out. A lot of them are, though. A lot of them are. But that's a space that maybe it might be yeah. A lot of breakouts. Remember we went through the charts a couple of weeks ago, and Like I said, I'm not really incentivized to do it again because it seems like everything's still continuing on. Oh, shit. All right, let me catch back up. Oh, boy. A lot of Tesla talk. Okay. Okay. Barry versus Musk. I know if it continues, yeah. I doubt it does. I mean, I was surprised Barry tweeted that out. I did see, yeah, Musk said something to that effect. The value is in the self-drive. Okay, so Dusty said the value. Okay, so Hugo kind of on board with that, but saying the timing of it's questionable. Yep. The percent share of EVs will define that in the near future. Okay. Again, I'm no expert on this. I'm not gonna. Never been at the right time. Okay. Well, John Dunn did a lot of research into Tesla. What did you decide? If the company's outstanding, okay. Hey, Daniel. Daniel's got one sick. Oh, it's nice Hugo's here. I know Hugo has opinions on this. So yeah, okay. So Dusty, I didn't think it was a good short-term business decision, but may work out in the long term. Yeah, well, I mean, if that's what I mean, if what they transform into, if they succeed and they're like a broader energy type company, do you know what I mean? Then maybe, but it's kind of tough to get there. But it doesn't mean it couldn't happen. Okay, so our Coates is bullish if they manage to solve full. Okay, so saying kind of like if they do that, and then the question always is, well, what's the probability of that, right? If they do this, then it's this. It will be worth this much. What is the probability they do that? You know what I mean? And then you say, what's the probability they don't do that? It's usually there's many more different potential outcomes, right? But that's like that starting point. That's why you always hear me asking that. Autonomous driving. Okay, so Space Burrito says Musk said the battery tech can be a larger business than the auto side. That's what I was talking about, where there's certain optionality, right? I'm not saying Tesla has. I don't know, but if there's optionality with a particular business model, like I have felt GameStop has, just to use this, because everything comes back to GameStop, right? Of course, that there's different ways you can pivot, go focus on this. There's more value there. You know what I mean? You can kind of go all over the place, and if you're, yeah. Oh, Google's far beyond. Okay. Tesla. Okay, Hugo, I gotta check the update on this. I'm too afraid. Man, Hugo, what a run. What a run, Hugo. I don't know. Let me see, Cat. On the way, since they are trying to improve the batteries tech, the new ones like Fiskars are only trying to use the. Nope, not that one. Not focus on open up trillions. Okay, once the driver is free to not focus on steering, then you open up trillions software sale. Right. Yeah, that autonomous stuff. Yeah. And Rod, I'm sure you may have seen. That's what Barry was saying too, right? And so that, like I think I just mentioned this with GameStop. If you can get that stock price up, but especially if it's elevated, if it's inflated, you issue shares. That's what you do. And so Barry had proposed that, and that's of course what you should do. And so Rod's saying that too. Take advantage of the fortuitous valuation and satisfy their CapEx needs. I've definitely said this in past streams, but someone like a Musk can will his company to succeed by way of his storytelling. You know what I mean? You can will it to happen, because if people buy into you and they'll buy into the stock, the price rises, issue more shares. You continue telling a story that captivates the audience, and they really want to be a part of this. They're really passionate about it. Stock goes up, you issue more shares. You take that capital and you invest it in the business, and you make it happen. Even if initially it was just a story, you can will it to happen. You know what I mean? There's value in that. And who knows? Musk might pull it off yet. You know what I mean? Like I understand the potentially precarious valuation relative to its current and even near term future free cash flows, right? But if he raises enough cash, to deploy it like in a way that and even in Amazon is, right? They're kind of investing in all these different spaces. Could he have the optionality to go all over the place? I have no idea. I just know that the more that price rises, the more shares you issue, the more capital you raise. It gives you that opportunity. Just like, again, everything comes back to GameStop. Just like by GameStop getting to the console refresh, they have this opportunity to reinvent themselves, to get the increased free cash flows, re-engage with the customers, blah, blah, blah. That's what I mean. So I agree with you, Rod. And I know, and that's what I kind of forget Barry's tweet, but I think that's what he was getting at too. All right. When those glasses catch the screen, reminds me of Kevin at Sin City. Oh shit! Hold on, can I see this? Oh no! Oh, it is! Oh shit! Hold on. Oh, that's messed up, Dusty. Oh shit! That's funny. You know what I didn't realize, Dusty? There was a Sin City 2. I don't like if I'm sure I remember at the time. I completely forgot about it. It was on TV, and I'm like, whoa, Sin City 2. What the hell? What the hell? Was that show Peril as they went down to GME? GME Sin City Beam. Yeah, how could I do that? I'll have to pick. Well, did you keep talking about this? Yeah, okay. Oh, Steve Stunk's still here. Steve Stunk, of course. Could fit a lot of people into that one. Oh, for a poster. Okay, well, you can, I mean, there's many ways. As Steve knows, you could do video, you could do a meme video, you could do a poster or a picture, you could do some photoshopping, you could do some just straight images. I hadn't looked into Sin City, though. That's a good one. There's a lot of people in that one. I'd like to make yeah, I'll see. Oh, what about oh yeah. There's a lot of like movies. I mean, you could do anything, right? TV shows. You see some of the recent ones I'm tossing out there, just some art stuff. But what was I gonna say? There's some ones that I want to do. I can't. Like, it doesn't fit. You know what I mean? Can't make it fit. Oh, okay. So our code's saying trillions of market cap was unlocked by the creation of the smartphone via the App Store. I suspect the same will be for the cars once they are driverless. All right, that's interesting. There's optionality, and it could be that there is one option or a couple of options that unlock, like you say, tremendous value, right? It's a good point. I mean, I don't know the likelihood with the Tesla, but with any company, especially one that's is potentially cutting edge technology, it increases the chances of that type of an outcome. When he's reading Bible and glasses are glowing white. Oh man, I can see it. That is funny. I'm gonna tell my wife that. Oh, James with the replicants. Remember, we were talking about replicants. We were trying to get to the bottom of, was he a replicant? Well, if y'all have y'all seen Blade Runner? I don't know. Is he a replicant? The original Blade Runner? We talked about that a couple months ago. And a brawl broke out. It was a outright brawl. I'm kidding. Yeah. Tesla's got some potential competition. Yep, marketer, yep. Okay, I'm kind of just reading all your commentary on Tesla. Man, I'm just so far removed. Okay. Okay, so Dusty's saying, don't even think he's accurate or marketer, just think he has been placed in cult status due to his pursuing dreams of larger population, especially in legitimacy and hype. That's right. Other companies too, yep. Okay, just still scrolling through factories and stuff. More poster style, okay. All right, I'll look into that, Dusty. I'll try to track something down. Right, there's an upside limit. Oh, James says yes, he was a replicant. James, do you know folks who disagree with you? I didn't think that the first time I watched it. I didn't think that. But I'm also not a smart man. So shit goes over my head. Oh, wait, Dusty, did you see the other one? I mean, I've already used the Scream one. But are you saying I could redo it? Right here? I don't know if Dusty, if you saw this, but I can usually I do a new one, but watching the EV market. Yep. Oh! Thank you, Steve Stonk. I know what you shorted last summer. Oh boy. I know what you shorted last summer. Okay. Thank you, Steve. I'll look into that one. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many good movies out there, and you forget. I forget what they are. I like that one in just Scream. I mean, I grew up with Scream, but there's some other ones too. Okay, I'll see if I can do that one. And I've been thinking too, Steve, how sometimes I'll think of like some of them are better as like pictures, some are better as videos, as I'm sure you're seeing, and I'm like, damn, what would that one be better as? Just like you know what I mean? Like I come across something like, nah, maybe that one should just be a picture. I'll check that out. Oh yeah, James, I did see the second one. Hold on, the second one shows us how we know he is a replicant. Damn, I saw the second one. The second one I gotta I think I've only seen the second one once, James. I gotta rewatch it. Was it I'm trying to think of the scene, James. You know what, James? Don't even tell. I want to rewatch that movie. Maybe it'll come as like a surprise to me. You know what I mean? Like I don't remember it being confirmed. Was it confirmed? I'll take your word for it. I remember James reading that like it was that it was split. I remember like looking it up, and it was like the director Ridley and other folks were like, no, that's he wasn't but the screenwriter, they were like, no, he is a replicant, and then there was like people going back and forth, so they kept it ambiguous or something like that. I remember reading that, but I should rewatch that second one. I'll check it out. I could probably get it. I could probably stream it now, I would think. You gotta be able to, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, let me pull it up right now. Hold on, there it goes. I think I can do that. Oh, it's tough. You know what's really tough is like lighting and shading. It's kind of tough. And I had to do something similar with the Prestige, where it was like a dark. This is like a blue tint in the shade. It's like tough to do. I mean, I'm not an expert on that type of stuff, so I'm like learning as I go, and I'm trying to figure out. And some of them, I'm like, oh, this is really tough, and I'm just like, this has got to be good enough. That's it. I think I can try to make this one work. It's okay if it's Oh, Waymo, yep. Hey, Marsenshi. Cheers, Marsenshi. Welcome back. Happy Friday. Hope you had a nice week, Mars. Mars Buffett. Mars Buffett. In the place to be. Cheers. Oh, Rod, you gonna get one? Sick. Yeah, he's a huge hype man. No doubt. No doubt. Where was it next year? The stinking replicant thought he was the offspring. Right, James. I do remember that. Okay. I thought it was like a beautiful movie. You know what I mean? I like that director. I like his stuff. Isn't he doing Dune? I think he's doing Dune. I thought it was him. Oh, hey, Rod, did you ever get your transfer done, Rod? By the way, I meant to ask that. Or whatever, you know what I mean? Like that. Well, not the transfer, the check, rather. That's right. The hype stuff it can be a good thing, right? Like I was saying, you can raise capital. There's lots of benefits to that. Oh shit, you got to sit in one of the semi prototypes? Sick. Sick. Hey, Russ. What's up, Russ? Happy Friday, Russ. What's up? Hope you had a nice week. What's up? Actually, I think a scary movie with that. What's up? With Marlon Wayans. And no receipt, and I'm still waiting. Shit. Okay, Rod. Damn, that thing's still going on. What a pain in the ass. Okay, so our coats, yeah, you're buying into the execution. Okay. I chose 2020 instead of 2030. Okay. Oh, from GME? Yeah, Russ. I don't know. Well, it's gonna come down to earnings. If it pulls back on earnings, you might retest this little mini low. You can do anything, right? You can retest all the way down, but it's looking like it's probably gonna hold up into earnings, Russ. I would think. I would think 16 holds into earnings, right? I should update these. Wow, these are kind of antiquated. Look, see how it kind of worked? I should probably do a new one. Oh, what the hell? Shit. Kind of holding up. Not really much happening. I want to do this one, though. Oh, can I do this? Just make it up as I go. Try and stop me. Try to stop me from doing this RSI line. Try to stop me. Yeah, that's good. And look at all those overbots. You know what I mean? Check that shit, dude. I mean, Polygon's not here to make fun of me, but you think I give a shit? I don't give a shit. All those overbots and no oversolds. None. It's bullshit. That's really it. I'll keep those on there for now. Oh, shit. Are you kidding me? I just say no? Whoa, are you kidding me? What is wrong with me? Ah, shit. Be quick, be quick, be quick, be quick. There we go. Toss that on there. Toss a green. I've just something new I've been doing if I do a green or kind of good. I guess that's good. Whatever. Oh, and then the circle. Overbought. Boom. I don't know, the volume? I'll keep those there. Maybe I'll just expand this one. Boom. Quite it back down. I feel like people are positioned for earnings. I don't know, the Monday going into it, maybe they'll get a little bit hype, but people are largely, they're all done. Right into earnings. That's it, right? Yeah, it's kind of just, it's not doing anything. It didn't do anything this week. Except break out. It brought out the box on Monday, and then it just settled down, and then it's like, boom, this is the new level. All right, that's good enough. There's not much to do here. Maybe I'll extend this. The charts, they give you something to do. There's no updated fundamentals. The charts, they keep you busy. Oh. I guess that's it, right? I mean, I see the volume. Volume's clearly picking up past couple of months, but nothing really. It's irrelevant. You know what I mean? Look at this. Look at the volume this whole year. No one gave a shit. No one cared. No one cared. And then look at it. And then even the lowest volume. What is this? Days? The lowest volume days are like higher than it was back. No, not all of them, but it's just the volume is supporting the general up move. You know what I mean? It's just kind of supporting it up. And now you got everything heading up, man. Everything heading. Oh, what's that MACD doing? Let me check that MACD real quick. We plotted that a short while ago. Oh yeah, look at that. That kept on going. Remember when we saw it ticked up? November 20th? When was that? And why don't you know? It kept on running. All right. Everything's a test. Okay. Any update on the weekly? Not really. Boom. It's a big break. Not a big break. If I went to the top of the wicks, then you're right there. You know, whatever. It's a good move up. But nothing else. Everything else is the same. Can't overthink it. Monthly, it's fine. I'm gonna probably, I mean, if it pops, we'll get our fifth monthly white candle in a row. That'll make Steve Stonks happy. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. EV game changer. Yup. GME 19. Must lives 2 to 3. So you have discount. What he says back to present. Yep. Musk is a replicant too. He wouldn't pass the eye test. No. I did see someone mentioned. I could have sworn someone mentioned. Oh shit. Someone mentioned BlackBerry not too long ago, but no. I was. Wow, that really broke that. Interested back in the day. I think I got a quick double out of it, and I got lucky. I mean, I got lucky with it. I got a double, and then I trimmed it, but I was more lucky than skill. Damn, I could have sworn someone mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, and wouldn't you know, it looks like it was a quick, at least 60, 70% pop. Bummer. UTC, I had seen that was going. All right, peace out, Rob. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice weekend, Rob. See you next week for some excitement. Yeah, that's the big question too. Is Tesla indeed well ahead of its competition, right? I mean, they'll have competition. Are they truly ahead of them, as some people are arguing? Because that matters. And can they catch up? How quickly can they catch up, if at all? Oh, it was you that mentioned it, Russ. There you go. All right. No, I missed it. I missed. I should. It's the type of stuff that I would look into. I think I hadn't because it didn't look. It has never looked all that cheap to me. I've looked at it many times over the years. At $5 in the back of my mind, I think. Now things change, right? So if you're not dialed into the story, it changes in front of you and you miss it. But if you're going for triples, 4-baggers, 5-baggers, or whatever, I remember thinking, I don't think it has it in it. So I miss things like this, right? But I don't. I'm like, all right, if it keeps running, then I could get frustrated. Then it's a missed opportunity, right? Huh? Damn. Yeah, look at this day, huh? Look at all this green. Green this whole week. What was up? AR Antero up too, yep. OVV. That was a big play. That's been a huge winner. Huge winner. Wow, is all that energy exposure going to pay off? I know some folks in the stream, they thought it might be too much. I mean, we'll see. But it is starting to look interesting. Where maybe that turnaround is here, but... All right, what was moving today otherwise? Oh, Funko right there. There you go, 30%. Oh, Hugo, NTZ, Hugo. Oh, this is a missed opportunity of epic proportions, Hugo. I can't even. Hugo. No cap. Can't. $14. Okay, this sucks, Hugo, because I remember thinking something was wrong with the stock price based on if you dug into. Oh shit! There was like something. Ah, yeah, Hugo, too late. Hugo, where were you a minute ago to tell me not to look at NTZ? Ah, shit. There was it looked as though something was messed up with Natuzzi because it looked as though the number of shares trading on the U.S. markets, the ADRs relative to the shares outstanding, it looked like it should be worth like significantly more, right? And I'm like, is this being mispriced by the brokers? If you pull up their like the equivalent of their annual report and you look at their ADR versus what their actual shares outstanding, it looked as though there should have been. Oh shit! Was it really? And then it had gone on so long. It had gone on so long that I remember thinking, oh, okay, so it's not a mess up. I'm just an idiot. And then it's doing what I thought it would do if the market caught up to. I can't believe this. It's a 10-bagger. I remember thinking this is a 10-bagger because the market. Are you kidding me? I was tracking it right around here, and then it broke down just with everything else. And I remember thinking, all right, they might be in a tough spot. They could be. It could be bankruptcy time for it. But it was looking interesting to me right here, and then boom, and it's a 10-bagger even from these levels. I can't even dig back into this right now. Oh, this is painful. A 10-bagger. It's one thing to miss a 3-bagger or a 4-bagger. Something looked off. It's an Italian home furnishings. Shit. Whatever. You're gonna miss these sometimes. Learning opportunity, right? Even for me. I'll miss some of these, but it's good. It's good too. It reinforces my belief at the time that the market had messed up with something. That the balance sheet it warranted a higher price, but then I'm like, oh, it should warrant a significantly higher price. It's either if it doesn't go bankrupt. I remember thinking it should be worth way more, way more. I remember thinking like higher than 8. I wasn't so much thinking about 14. I remember it'd be great if you get back to that, but I wasn't really thinking about it. I was thinking like this $8 range, and they're starting to get priced in bankruptcy. Look at this chart, and you can see where it was looking really bad, really bad. Wasn't it very heavily shorter too? Was it turned into I got to dig into the story. You know what I mean? Like right now I'm just looking at the chart trying to go off of memory, but really what I got to do is go in, dig into the press releases, especially over the past 6 months or so, and I'll do this and be like, what actually unfolded over this time period that warranted this 10x over this time period? Maybe it's overdone. And I got to dig back into that shares outstanding too, or the ADRs outstanding, because maybe I'll come across that again in the future, where yeah. You know what? Like those ADR opportunities, they can be like, what's going on here? But I never had really seen something like that before. And I thought, all right, maybe I'm just missing something. Famous last words, huh? Maybe I'm just missing something. Shit. Wow, I can't believe that kept running, Hugo. We saw the 7, right? A couple weeks ago. And now we're seeing some of this stuff turn back in favor. Oh, jeez. You go. Yeah, thank you, Russ. Cheers, Russ. Cheers. Yeah, let's see if it keeps on running. We're close to at least 5-bagger from when I first uploaded those GameStop videos to the YouTube channel back in. Actually, I think the first one was in July. I keep on thinking, it was July and August. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. A bit of FOMO out there. Yeah, exactly, Hugo. I was gonna say that. You say it's not doing it well. It's not doing that well, but there's a bit of FOMO out there. Okay. That would at least make me feel a little bit better, Hugo. Because I remember thinking, that's the thing. Some home related type stuff is coming back in favor, so I figured that's part of it too. But I remember thinking, 14, so quickly. Is it a bit? And I see it's very overbought. Was it? And what's the short interest? It wasn't crazy. Huh? Yeah, no, I didn't think it looked like it was kind of it's not even really shorted. And not that I didn't even remember that part. I just saw the price action, and I think the price action's like, whoa, look at this 10-bagger. You know what I mean? Like it's only $150 million market cap right now. Back in the day, it was like 15. You know what I mean? Like that's really risky. I'm like, oh shit, good luck. But you can find tremendous opportunities there because no one's paying attention to that shit. No one cares. No one's digging into that stuff. And so I'm like, all right, I'm digging into this, looking over into its annual report and stuff. And this isn't typical, and that's where you can uncover some opportunities because no one's looking there. No one really cares. Oh, ran out of storage space for the okay. Get out, yeah. Super sus. Okay, so Hugo, you didn't think 14 either. Okay, stop looking at that chart. Yeah, seriously, Hugo. Thank you. I looked at that way too long. Can we find them? That's right, insurance detectives. Cheers to that. There tends to be other opportunities out there. There were exceptional opportunities earlier this year. That's the big thing. And there's definitely far fewer of them, but there's a 10-bagger out there right now, insurance. Can we find it? Can we find it? Oh, SPACs, yeah. I don't know about SPACs. I mean, legit, I don't know. Okay, Japan, so Japan's starting to turn. Hong Kong, still trending down. Was that India? Where's the S&P? Kind of turned up, not much. S&P hotter, new kind of breaking out. See how this? Look at this, the S&P, Dow breaking out. Nasdaq still breaking out. That relative trade, it's still in favor. Everything's kind of ticking up. I mean, it's very bullish. I mean, it's not. I don't mean very bullish as in like everything is going to continue going up. I just mean it's a bullish indication. It's not bearish when everything keeps going up and everything's making new all-time highs. Now, for a short-term trade type stuff, okay, that's a different type of a story. But for the background, for my type of analysis, the backdrop, that's not some scary like everything's going crazy. Some people try to call like peaks and like everything an inflection point and stuff. I can't do that. I don't. Wilshire 5,000. This is even more bullish. It's not actually 5,000 stocks, I don't think, but it's a ton of them out there covering a broader swath of I think U.S. equities. And now same thing with the NYSE composite, same thing. And then you got Europe making its way back. I'm sorry, Germany making its way back, not breaking out or anything like that. France making its way back. Japan, oh shit, Japan kind of breaking out. Hong Kong's got some work to do. India breaking out, some emerging market, developing market type stuff, whatever we want to call it. Australia making its way back. Australia's in there with the Europe crew. Canada, same, making its way. Canada's coming back. All right. Oh, I don't have Indus. I don't have. I wanted to pull out some sectors too. Oh, actually, at this point, well, what was down today? Not much. All right. How about the weekly? This is a good weekly type thing. You know what I mean? Look at the NTZ. Ugh. It haunts me, Hugo. It haunts me. I can't escape it. Hugo, I close the chart. It pops up. It pops up at the top of the spreadsheet. I thought Halloween passed. Holy shit. I was long this. Wow, this kept running. Sick. Is it in the portfolio right now? I guess not. Nice. For a blockchain play. Same thing as the crypto play. Ferroglobe. I had dialed into that one too. Wow, BlackBerry 40%. A lot of value stuff. A lot of value stuff. Oh, yeah, that's in the portfolio. GBTC, Bitcoin heading up. A lot of watch list stuff. All right, what was down this week? Sometimes it. Well, 50. Oh, that must be a reverse split, right? Come on. That company's not dropping 50%. No way. Yeah, reverse split. Okay. Watch this. There you go. Excuse me, not reverse split, split. So used to saying reverse split with the types of companies I deal in, just a split, I'm sure. Rolls Royce, that's gotta be a split too, right? Is it? Holy shit, it's not. Wow, it's a big drop. I don't know them too well. All right, so nothing's sticking out to me as to what's down. I was kind of just curious, like other sectors and industries, all like getting sold off. Nothing really, nothing yet anyway. Not like what was working. I was talking about like what was working, maybe stops working. It hasn't started yet. Some biotech type stuff, healthcare type stuff. That's the green, I think. Oh, some tech stuff. Really not that much. Everything was kind of up this week. I'll keep watching. And some of the stuff, even the stuff that's down, is up, like oil and gas, biotech. All right, so not much down. Everything was kind of up. You kind of get some the Santa rally. Maybe you've heard that, where things like especially things that may have been sold off, they start rallying in through the end of the year after this. After all, it kind of revolves around tax related reasons, right? It's like seasonal buying and selling. But I was kind of expecting that to happen this year, which could benefit it. It could benefit a GameStop, maybe. Now GameStop starts getting a little bit of a tailwind because people want to own the stuff. Like it's a bullish trend, bullish chart. People want to have it in their portfolio, baby. But nah, you discount that stuff. I probably didn't talk about Riot. Riot and GBTC are the only two the crypto related stuff I've dealt. I thought the only reason I picked Riot was because I thought it was super speculative. I thought, what the hell? There's another one that changed their name too. I thought, oh, that was the only reason I picked it. And then I picked GBTC because it's the Bitcoin one. But I'm sure I didn't talk. I don't remember if I talked about it on the stream, Russ. Also, it was a while back. It's not in there now. Oh, see, I get it on the watch list. I got out of it. Oh, Jorge, what do you see the price? Jorge, I'll tell you my forecast as to where GameStop's going to end this week. I know you always want to know where's GameStop going to end the week, so I'll tell you where I think GameStop's going to end this week. Jorge, 1690. 1690, Jorge. Mark my words, 1690. Oh, Nicola, yeah, no, I don't know that one. What's it doing lately? That chart looked like it kind of caved. Yep. Oof. Yikes. Alright, so that's the weekly. I thought it. No, I don't have. I should have monthly. Whoa. Oh, this is all buying. DK, Foot Locker. Foot Locker was a decent one. I saw some buying in Foot Locker. I did see that. Not much, though. Really not much. Which doesn't surprise me because it's not like everything's going crazy cheap or anything like that. But too bad. All right. Well, this continue. Oh, look at tech. Oh, shit. Nice. Now, as it turned out, it was a triple. That's the thing. When things are really selling off, right? And I think it is good to diversify and for my style, not a recommendation, right? But for a really aggressive style where you're maybe trying to maximize annual rates of return, when everything's selling off, you buy some dog shit. You buy some companies that are on the verge of look like they're gonna go bankrupt. And when everything is aggressively selling off, everything, pick up some of that stuff. I did it, but I wish I had done even more. I think I said that in one of the videos. With a good chunk of your portfolio, like diversify. That's why there's so many positions. Diversify across a whole bunch of them. Expect a handful of them to go bankrupt, but the ones that don't will go up 5x, 10x, blah blah blah. You do that with a good chunk of your portfolio. But for another chunk, what you might do is buy some higher quality speculative names. So something like a tech. I don't particularly consider it speculative, but it's a commodity company, and it's volatile, goes all over the place. But I consider it a high quality commodity name, and it was a 10 bagger for me in the past. I bought it. It was a top diversified position for me at the time. Got a 10 bagger out of it. It was sick. And but North American high quality mines, different types of commodities. And I remember it got down to like 6, and it wasn't cheap. I'm like, go a little bit cheaper because I wanted like 5 baggers. I was like looking for 5 baggers, and I'm like, go a little bit cheaper. I did put it in the portfolio. It might even still be there, is it? It is. It's not even just a small. But I've been trimming. It wasn't because it wasn't as much. I was like, well, it's got to be in there. But what you can do is, with the chunk of that portfolio, put it. You can put a good a high. It's maybe not going to be a 5x or a 10x necessarily, but you can put it in there comfortably and comfortably know it's very likely not going to zero. Maybe it will drop another 20%, maybe another 30%, but you would understand that it's going to bounce back because it's a higher quality assets, and it's even likely to double and triple. Like likely, I mean like high confidence likely to double. Now it tripled very quickly. But even double. And then, you know what I mean? Like, if you have the capital to deploy, you can put it in names like this. And so when you're doing your research all the while, you're tracking, right? You always hear me talk about tracking all these different companies, what they do, how speculative are they, how risky are they, what's their rough fair value. That way, if everything sells off, then you're prepared. And like in a tech, I was putting capital into, in this Roaring Kitty model portfolio, putting it into knowing that there was not that much downside. But if everything did bounce back suddenly, which was a risk, it's a risk if you're sitting on cash. If everything bounces back, it's like you better have some exposure. And so like things like a tech, and also as it turned out for me, I was also putting it into TSE. And TSE continues to be that thing keeps cranking. That's sick. When it was trading at like 15, I'm like, this is way overdone. And I was putting huge chunk, it was like it was at times the largest position in the portfolio in March and April. I was like, put it in there because I didn't think it could sell off much more. I didn't think it made much sense. And I thought, all right, well, this thing can double. I mean, it can go 4x, 5x in time. And it turned out that particular play, I was like, it worked out just as I was hoping, as what it served its purpose. And I was using tech for that purpose too. I wanted to have the capital in there just in case things bounce, but I didn't want to lose too much if it kept on going down. And then you can rebalance. If things continue selling off, you can take it out of tech on a 10 or 20% loss and put it into the more speculative names. And now they'll go up 5x, 10x at even lower prices. You know what I mean? So even I was trying to modify my own process at that time, but there were like a handful of names that I'm like, these are good quality, not super small cap type names, but like good sized companies that were beaten down justifiably given the uncertainty. But if things didn't go to full shit, should likely bounce back. And then my thinking at the time too was, if they do keep going further south, then you know what I'll do is I'll just take that capital out of those ones and put it into the more speculative ones that would have been halved again. But anyway, so it's now you see tech bouncing back, and that's a clear. I got tech, and this is a risk column. That's a clear. I got it in this column because it's a good kind of barometer for like commodity type stuff. And I got Alcoa. Wow, Alcoa's been a huge winner. Holy shit. Oh, I almost trimmed that. I don't think I did. Did I? I did. Okay. That made no... To Alcoa, $5. Ridiculous. I kept buying. $7. Ridiculous. Now it's kind of overbought. All right. I should look into these overbought names a bit. How about some of these other ones? Gold's kind of settled down. Man, commodities really kind of... Oh, what about rare earths? Oh. I don't really deal in this thing, but I thought it was a good... It's kind of a reflection of like sentiment toward kind of riskier commodity type stuff. I don't know how much it leads anything, though. It was a bit of a bubble back in the day. Ooh. I don't know. There's something. It's 10 years. Okay. They spun it up right at the peak of the commodity. At the commodity peak there. Oh, that's close, huh? Holy shit. Was this monthly? Wow, that was a big month, huh? Wow, I think this might be turning. I think this might be turning. Wow. FCX2. That's a good one. Wow, look at that chart. Oh. What a nice chart, huh? No, there was never, look at this. What reason to, I mean, it was overbought at sometimes. Remember, it doesn't mean you have to trim, right? Overbought, just settles down. Overbought, that's bullish. It's bullish. Let it settle down. You hold, overbought again. Settles back down, but it never really falls off that much. Just settles down on the RSI, boom. And the whole time, it tripled this whole time. A very clean looking uptrend. No reason to act. Just held. Now it's getting it's a bit overbought on that RSI, but damn. FCX would have been another one of those like larger commodity type plays. Hey, Caterpillar. Although I've been informed that it's that this is an insect, not a cat, so not a feline. So. No shit. Did I fall behind? Oh, my bad, y'all. Okay. Oh, Polygon. Was it you who mentioned this back in the day? Yeah, you did, because you said you really liked this for semiconductor space. Yeah, that's a nice looking chart. When did we talk about that? Earlier this month? Yeah, it's a nice looking chart. It appeared as though, because someone's mentioned UCTT. Wow, that's a nice looking chart. Which I had seen that semis kind of okay. Was it socks? So you may as you may know, Polygon, like I'll look at like semis totally, and look at that semiconductor chart. You know what I mean? That's badass. UCTT, TSM. Yeah, charts a banger. I mean, really, it's one of the best looking charts out there. When it was this overbought last time, it just kind of did nothing for what, a year? Was that March 2018? Over a year and a half. Then it started cranking again. So that's what some people do too, is that they'll trim. Maybe they'll trim the position, just like, all right, now I'm just gonna wait, and then when it resumes its trend, I'll get back in. So they'll sell when it's maybe super overbought or whatever it is. Just to use it as an example, they'll sell when it gets to that 40, super overbought, and then just wait. Maybe still hold a portion of it. Nope. And then it doesn't break out, hits resistance, but doesn't break through. Keep waiting. Hits resistance against, doesn't break out, keep waiting. Don't add to it. Don't add to it. Boom. Breaks out, add to it. Then you add back in your position. Boom, 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 boom. Gets a little bit overbought. Maybe you just keep holding it, because not. And then boom, 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 boom. What was that? Is it a triple? A double? I don't know. I'm increasingly thinking there's something to the technical analysis. Sue me. I don't know. I'll keep testing it. Oh, yeah, that's right, our coats. It did say 20 before earning. It said that's right, our coats. It said this bad boy. It said it was going to close at 20 before earnings. So, well, we only got a couple more days. Let's see how it goes. 8-ball, don't fail us now. No, Hugo. All Hugos, I think they may have all been 3-baggers. I don't know. I haven't been. Even the one that I said I was going to and I didn't. Oh, Hugo, that's the one that annoys me the most. NTZ, that's frustrating because I was in that before. But the newest one, I went to a new supermarket, Hugo. Just, why did I go? I don't remember. But they had the same Marty, and it was the same Badger. It was the same one. I'm like, son of a, that Hugo. They're all over the place. Oh, yeah, there you go. Thank you, Hugo. That's it. Y'all know those robots that go around supermarkets and stuff? Hugo mentioned it like when it was like 60 something, like right around this. I want to say right around this time. I could have sworn I said I was gonna do it too. No excuse. No excuse. Just for at least for the story. You know what I mean? At least for the story. Not talking about. Oh, James. Yeah, ADM. I'm with you. Add ADM to that play, James. That's right up there for me as well. This has been a tremendous. Tremendous is too strong a word. It's been a very solid play where I think that fair value is right in that $50 to $65 range. Like for this like buy when it's in that low 30s, and it's. But that's the thing; it never gets super cheap. That's the one problem. This is like a Buffett type company too. I believe I was invested in, and when he had mentioned that it was, I'm like, hey, that's sick. Now I don't really typically deal in those types of stocks now because they're not as relatively attractive. But I was buying it. No, not right there. Right around here, in the low 20s, and then trimmed in like the 40s. No. This is pre-dividend. I don't think I held into the 50s, did I? I don't think I did. And then you can buy right there. But a very solid company, like a very solid, stable company that you would buy. Like it would have been a good one, James, and maybe that's why you brought it up. It would have been a terrific one back in March. I don't know about a double because for me, although if it breaks out, you're getting a little bit of a resistance here. But I'd pull up the fundamentals. I remember thinking like this is a $50, $60 stock, and it's been true. But a good company. Yeah, I like that one. It's kind of like a tech. It's a real good one, James. I'm glad you mentioned that. It's kind of like a tech. I mean, it's arguably a stronger business model than a tech, just to be clear. But in my mind, I'm kind of grouping it. It's a bigger company, I think. Oh, you bought it. Oh, you bought it today. Okay. Oh, sorry, I just jumped ahead, James. It was good entry. Wasn't working for me, but the CEO of LC buying daily. I bought 80. Oh, you got it today. Okay. It's right there, close to on a chart. Just looking at the chart, James, it's right there in resistance. Breaks through 50, 55 or something like that. I wonder. I haven't pulled up the fundamentals in a long while. I should check. All right, Steve Stump. Have a nice night. Have a nice weekend. Glad we were able to watch that. We'll have to see if it breaks anything, but it was worth it no matter what. Nice work, Steve. You have a nice weekend. We'll see you next week for the exciting Super Bowl up ahead. Super. I can't think of anything fast enough right now. We'll call it Super Bowl. Oh, talking about RSI, Russ? Okay. Oh, is it looking good? EO, I'm happy for you. EO was mentioned this on the last. Oh, shit. EO. Shit. Pretty close. No, it's up a little bit. Hey, I mean, it looks even better, right? Are SPACs, I assume, are SPACs doing well generally? Did Hugo say that? Yeah, okay. I wonder if that's helping. What's working for me? That's the plan. Right season, right pass for the cat. Yeah. Oh shit. All right, what time we got? 10:52. All right, I think I'll wrap it up here soon. What we'll try to do is catch up on our sleep this weekend, but for real this time. Like we say that every Friday, but shit, which could be an exciting week next week, right? I mean, we know we're gonna have shit to analyze, right? Full stop. We'll have fundamentals to analyze, but we'll also have management commentary to analyze, especially in light of Cohen's comments, right? That could be arguably the bigger things. I think someone said that like their, you know what I mean? Like their response to the situation, how they handle it, that could be more impactful. But here, let me close out some of this stuff. I think we'll do that. Catch up on sleep, and then hopefully we're partying hardy. Let's party hardy next week. Let's hope. You don't know. But the setup, I continue to think the setup looks bullish to me. That's all you can do. Just assess the setup. That's all. Don't overthink it. Just I just tilt that way, and that's it. We've done the fundamental analysis. Right? It's the fundamental analysis that matters. That carries significantly more weight. We've done it. We all know the story. Fortunately, right? It's been good. We've been getting. We've been kind of all kind of under the story, which is understanding the story, which has been good. That's it. And then you can just continue so good. So we'll see what it does on Monday. I could see it maybe Monday after the weekend. People being like, all right, we got earnings tomorrow. Let's position accordingly. But it's been so quiet. I actually don't expect too much. And all else equal, I kind of like that we're above that box right there, even on the weekly. Well, don't overthink it. And then we'll see. But then Tuesday. Actually, okay, so we'll plan on Tuesday. And then we could be doing this analysis together. So I don't know when they'll announce it. Whether they'll announce at 4 o'clock, is that when they'll do the press release or whatever it is? And then we'll do our quick take, quick read, listen to the conference call, and share our thoughts. I'm excited for that, right? I thought it was really valuable that we did that in Q2 and everyone was sharing their thoughts. I thought that was terrific. And like I said, I felt like our takeaway was more aligned with what eventually transpired. Not initially, not that first day, but it did. And who knows if that happens again? We don't know. But I know we're all curious to see. So let's, like I said, let's get caught up on our sleep. So cheers, Space Burrito. Of course. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the commentary. I appreciate it. You having a nice weekend, Space Burrito. Russ, you too, have a nice weekend. Tuesday stream, Dusty. So if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, I don't know how that works. I'll post the YouTube video. Yes, Tuesday. Like you can see when it's upcoming. You can post it if you check out the YouTube channel. I think you can see when it's upcoming, and I'll schedule it for like that Tuesday. But yeah, let's plan on Tuesday. Okay, hopped on me. I know, I agree, Rigo. 2 upgrades prior to earnings. I agree. I'll take that. Like I said, I usually take analyst stuff with a grain of salt, but like when there are 90% increases prior to hearing Q3, where some of us think we might get some really bullish stuff, all else equal, right? Of course. I don't want downgrades going into it, right? But paired with a bullish-looking chart, with the Ryan Cohen backdrop of how management's going to respond to that, I'm with you, Rigo, huh? I will take that shit. That's bullish. You don't bet the farm on that type of stuff, but it's just one component of how you're going to tilt. So cheers, Rigo. You have a nice weekend as well. James, you too as well. Have a nice weekend. Oh, Alex, cheers. Have a nice weekend. You tilt that way. Okay, you tilt that way. So far. All right, so cheers. Alex tilting that way too. Dante, welcome to the stream. Cheers. We need to have that dip from 16 to 11 during November. During November? Oh, I think during November. So there was more during October, Dante. It was like the last couple of weeks. It's been holding steady in November, but the market was selling off back then, Dante. So there were other factors that were contributing to it. Maybe the market just got a little bit ahead of itself in light of that stuff. I would really, the short answer is not much, Dante. Stock prices do this. Sometimes they get ahead of themselves. They settle down. Really, for my style of investing, it's really just what has the average price been over the past couple of weeks, and then if you accept that stocks like a GameStop, a heavy short interest, perceived as risky, they're inherently volatile. So you should, like I say, it doesn't change the content of the stream, because whether it's at 15 or whether it's at 10, it's the same thing. Those types of stocks do that. You kind of just accept that it's going to happen. So really, I wouldn't even say not even that much, Dante. It's a good question, but really not that much really happened. The market was kind of selling off. That's the big one. And maybe GameStop investors kind of taking a breather, kind of just waiting till we got a little bit closer to earnings. But now it's getting set up. It's preparing itself for, okay, what's going to come on Q3. But welcome. Cheers. You have a nice weekend too, Dante. James, you as well. Should be 20% entry. Oh, you're sharing your style. Okay. Price less, I'm super long and bullish. It's diverse case out for me. Oh, okay. EO, adios. Oh, EO, I like this. EO says 1 shot for every time they say Q4 in the conference call. You like guidance and stuff. Oh, I kind of like that one. Yeah, because it's like forward-looking type stuff. Yeah. I'm really curious to see if they kind of pivot a little bit and talk more bullish than they have historically. I'm really curious to see that. Alex, you have a good weekend too. You too, Dusty. Of course, you have a nice weekend, Dusty. Cheers, Rigo. Cheers, Dusty. Ring the bell. Let's get entry on. Later, Search One. You have a nice weekend. Mahalo. Mahalo. Okay. Make a note of that one. Mahalo, Search One. Scaling in, scaling out, James. That's generally a good idea. Nice. Yeah, scaling into it. For me, it's how I maintain my sanity. Averaging in, averaging out. It gets so tough to call that stuff. Of course, Dante. Cheers. Good question. Depends on who he is. Our coach, you too. It's great to see you back. Catch you next week. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if we're it'll be fun if it's just like I said on the Q2, it was like the stock was down and it bounced back the week after. But it's all else equal, if you're doing real time research that on a Tuesday, it'd be great if the stock price is up. It's up bigly, huh? It's like a celebratory type stuff. But let's see if that'll be a fun one. So we'll all be prepared, rested, well read by the time that comes in. We'll watch the price action from Monday and Tuesday. Probably kind of seems like the market's kind of settled on. Let's kind of just coast right into it. But we'll see. Okay, so cheers everybody. Let me finish this up. All right, what am I gonna go with over here? I'll do that one. Okay. All right, peace out, everybody. Have a nice weekend. Peace.